All right, and we're on. Now I'm hearing a feedback a little bit, but I think that's okay. Oh yeah, it's okay now. Yep.
It's gonna have to be okay for right now.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be okay. You know what we're gonna do. All right, so today we're gonna talk about the Avengers. I know that's the whole title. The Avengers.
Well, it's I guess it's Marvel's Avengers.
Yeah, was it still by Paramount? I didn't even pay attention.
No, I don't think it is.
So this is the first one
I
when they
think this
come
is the
together
first one, or either this was. I think Disney bought it out from
from
paid off
everybody.
Marvel, paid off Paramount or whoever they did.
So you think they were trying to make their money from the first five movies before they got enough money to distribute this one by themselves?
No, I think they already knew that they're going to make their money.
You think so? So early?
Yeah, I think they did.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, come on, they already saw what the movies were doing by the time.
By the
By the
third
time they
one,
did that,
right?
because
But
Disney is already helping a little bit. I'm sure
yeah.
they already knew that. They already knew that they're making their money. They probably thought, huh, this is a better deal than what we got with George Lucas.
Well, doesn't Paramount is owned by Disney? Is it Paramount
No,
owned by Disney?
Paramount's a standalone. It's
Oh, okay.
Viacom.
Oh, Viacom, yes.
Yeah, the only thing that Paramount has going for them is Star Trek.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
Well, they also don't they make what is that? Mission Impossible.
Yes, well, because Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is under Paramount. Well,
Okay,
he's
well
been
that's
under for a long
Mission
time.
Impossible. They own well, they've owned the TV series,
Yeah, they do that too.
so they may own Tom Cruise. I don't
Oh.
know.
Okay, so let's start off. The Avengers movie. It starts off with a space scene, right? Where they
Yeah,
just
we'll
talk.
make sure nobody thinks we're talking about the English Avengers, by the way.
Oh yeah,
People
not the
know.
English Avengers with a cup of tea. The
I'm sure a lot
American
of people are like, yeah,
Avengers.
we don't. I've never even heard of the English Avengers.
What is
Yeah,
it?
there's no M appeal in this Avengers.
Yeah, I think I've seen the English one, but I don't remember it.
It's fine.
Yeah,
It's spice.
it's fine.
All right.
All right, so the beginning with the space, there's a scene in outer space, and then they talk about how the Tesseract has been awakened and is in the human world. With that, suspenseful voice, which I don't think you've seen that character yet, right?
Which character? Oh, the
In the
creepy,
beginning, yeah, the
the
creepy
creepy
guy.
alien character.
Yeah, the
Yeah, this is
creepy
the first
alien
time we
guy.
see it. The Shatari.
Yes, you don't get to see him in the beginning scene. He just sets off the I guess the
Yeah, you just hear
stage
his
for this
weird
movie.
voice. Yeah, you just hear his weird voice. Which I didn't
Yes.
know the Shatari looked like that. I don't remember them being drawn like that in the comic book. But
Hey, you know what? They try and up the game, okay? They has been
okay,
doing
okay,
that
okay.
so
Well,
far.
everybody else looked the same. The Kree looked the same. The Skrull looked the same. The
Well, okay.
Shatari's like, huh, this guy's got an extra set of hands made into one hand. He's got
They
two
thought about
thumbs,
they need
dude.
some upgrading.
But yeah, we see the what is it, Loki,
Yeah,
and
Loki.
then is this where we've well he's got his staff as
His
Tony
scepter.
Stark was saying his glow stick of destiny,
Yes.
and he's trying to open a portal. Well,
Yep.
actually, well the Tesseract is the portal.
Yeah, the text is a
So he
portal.
so all he does is uses his glow stick of destiny to open the portal from the other side, so he can walk through onto Earth.
Right.
And then he just wants to go to Earth to make a bigger portal for the Shatari.
Well,
For some reason, wants to take over the planet.
before he gets there, we go to the what is it? The Shield's compound
Yeah,
or the
dark energy compound.
yeah, Salt Engine
Lab. It's a
compound.
laboratory, even though it's very way underground. It's got a lot of guards and stuff,
It's that's when you see
military personnel.
Doctor Zelvik to working with the Tesseract.
Yeah, we hear about Dr. Sevik. Oh,
Yep.
we start off with the emergency.
Yeah, the emergency. Yep, because of
You know,
power.
Coulson's like, hey, we got a problem. Everybody needs to get out of it. We need to evacuate. The door's open, blah, blah, blah. Then they go downstairs. Nick Fury flies in. He gets out of the helicopter looking all bad. Ass.
He's a bad mother, that you know
Yeah,
it.
I'm a bad mo. Gets off, steps off the helicopter. He talks to Coulson, right? Is it
Yeah.
Coulson he talks to first, or is it
Well, but they
we're
talk to
introduced?
each other. Yeah.
Well, no, we're introduced to
Moria
Agent.
Hill.
Yeah, Maria Hill.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's Maria Hill we start with,
Yep.
right? Yeah, and then he's telling her to evacuate the stuff and get all the stuff.
Yeah, get all the stuff.
The stuff, which we find out later what the stuff is.
Yep.
Which
The
I don't know why they kept this stuff because they never see it used. They don't even use this stuff.
no.
They just keep this stuff.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, there was probably more stuff that we just don't get to see. Even
Yeah. It just
Captain
it's
America didn't even find this
it's
stuff.
easy to say stuff rather than hey get all the Hydra weapons, okay?
Well, Well, I think they're making their own weapons too. I bet they were
Well,
making their
yeah,
own weapons and we don't see it.
they
Because we
probably
just see
do
Phil
that.
Coulson later on with that gun that he doesn't know what it does.
No, the Phase 2 weapon, I guess, in a
I'm
way.
like, well, how do you have a gun you don't even know what it does? I'm sure you could figure it out, shoot something because
Well,
it's got
they
a
probably
barrel
shoot
on
something.
it.
They don't know what the effect is. It's kind of like Iron
No.
Man. Hey, you know what? Let's just run with the test, and then we'll test it while we're using it.
I don't know how you put all that stuff together and not know what it is. But anyhow, we know that that something's going wrong. Okay, even though nothing's actually going wrong until Nick Fury shows up and Loki comes to the Tesseract.
Well, before Loki comes on, because Nick Fury is trying to get answers, and then you get introduced. Well, not introduced. You say Hawkeye again. He's climbing up way up in the bleachers.
Yeah, like he tells, hey, you're supposed to be down here, and he goes, oh, I see better from way up.
Yeah, from way up. Like okay, whatever. That was kind of corny, I guess, in a way.
Yes. I mean, I guess we're supposed to get it that he can call shots.
Yeah.
Because during the battle, we see that he's way up on the building. He tells everybody what's going on.
Yeah, he can see what's going on. He can see. Yeah, he have a sharp eye for everything.
Yeah, I guess we're seeing that he's the Hawkeye.
Yep. Because the farther away, right, the more stuff he can see.
Yeah. Plus, he's got a bow and arrow. I mean, come on.
I know. It's a bow and arrow.
He's a long way. They'll be okay. Everything's good. I mean, there's
Yep.
no reason for him to be up there knife fighting with somebody. And he sure is not going to be able to punch out like anybody that's in the Avengers.
Well, I thought that was
just stay at a distance with his bow and arrow.
Yeah, so I thought that was a really important line right before Loki comes up because he asks Hawkeye, hey, have you seen anything weird? Like, well, no, I haven't seen anything weird. Like everybody's on schedule, everybody's working consistently. Then you talk about like this is a portal, right? And that's kind of like a door.
Basically a doorway. Yeah.
And the door open from both sides. Yeah.
So somebody's probably trying to come through.
Yeah, from the other side. That they're not detecting what's wrong on our side, and then that's.
It's like we keep forgetting it's called a tesseract, and everybody. Some people don't know a tesseract is a wormhole.
I'm one of those. I keep forgetting too. Yeah, the tesseract. I thought it was just a cool name. Okay.
Yeah, it's just a tesseract. It's not like they. I guess nobody knows it's a wormhole because they didn't park Deep Space Nine outside of it. But if they would have, everybody knows it's a wormhole and tesseract's the same thing.
You know what? It's for most of us, okay? I'm going to say maybe 75% of people didn't know what a Tesseract is before watching this movie.
Probably not.
Yeah. So
okay,
Loki.
That's what it is. It's basically just a wormhole.
Yep. So Loki
that's what a
comes
Tesseract is. It's the same thing.
Yep. So Loki
you travel
comes
through a Tesseract, you're going somewhere. But anyways, so here comes Loki popping through from deep space where he's been lost.
Yeah, I
guess he was lost in a forest.
I was going to ask you, is that picked up from, where he drops off to whatever happened?
Yeah, well, he was just floating around in space. Apparently, he probably landed on the windshield of a Chitauri cruiser across there, and they're like, hey.
Someone picked him up?
Yeah, they're like, what kind of space trash is this? Looks like some kind of elf-looking dude. And then, of course, he probably gave him the whole Loki spell, and after he couldn't beat him, he decided to join them.
To join them, yeah.
And then they gave him that nice glow stick.
Yep. What do they call it? Like a staff? The staff?
I'm sure it has some kind of fancy name wherever he came from, but we don't ever hear about it.
No, we never hear from that. It just
we never hear the name. They just keep calling him staff.
He's your bow staff.
So he comes through. Which, if we get to the end, when we see the end of this, I got a question about that staff. It doesn't make any sense.
Okay, good. So before we get there, right? So when they give him the staff, didn't they tell him that like this is the not a weapon, right? But this is the object that you control the army with once you get to Earth.
Right? Basically, it is. Well, it does control everything because it seems to put out bad vibes to people. Mm-hmm. As we noticed, that he'll touch Hawkeye, turns Hawkeye into one of his goons. He hits another. He just keeps touching people. And everybody he touch, they turn into one of his goons. He hits the Professor Selvig. He turns into one of his guys. And of course, he's telling everybody. He has this thing about telling everybody freedom's just an illusion.
Yes.
Slavery's a better thing.
So that scepter is not with combination with his magic?
I mean, it may work with his magic, but it must work with. I think it works with somebody else's magic. Because we got to remember, the scepter's not. He didn't take this from Asgard. From Asgard.
Somebody
he was given it. And here's my question: is who was it given to? We find out who he may have been given it to, which doesn't make any sense to me because we know the scepter later on has an Infinity Stone in it, right?
Yes.
Then why is the guy that's collecting Infinity Stones giving away Infinity Stones?
It's one of those things where you have to spend money to make money, right? It's obviously that.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Like,
Because
how you took
this
keep
guy
this?
was collecting Infinity Stones before this movie started, and he just gave one away.
He technically is probably on
So,
loan, okay?
so
But
here's the thing. So when Loki appears in the room, there's 2 Infinity Stones right in the exact same place.
yes. Well, Earth is known for that, right? Earth is always having like 2 Infinity
So
Stones at
no,
close
because
proximity.
now at this time you got to think there's 3 Infinity Stones in Earth.
Oh, that's right. The Time Stone is also on Earth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Time
Well,
Stone, and
we
then
don't know that yet at this point, though.
well, yeah, we don't know.
No.
We know this because we traveled from the future, but or we saw the future. It's more like it.
Yes.
So we see that the staff is to control people.
Yeah.
And of course, I like the scene where, of course, Samuel, Nick Fury. That's what I should say. Nick Fury is just loading up the Tesseract in his little suitcase and going to walk around.
Yeah, he was so calm about it too. Like, he just gonna put up the Tesseract, put it in
he
the
just picks
suitcase.
it up, puts his hand there, and he just starts to walk out the building. Of course, Hawkeye has to stop him, and then he shoots him.
He shoots him.
His own boss.
Well, he used a gun though. Like, that's not something that he uses a lot, you know.
Yeah, but he can use a gun. I mean, he's a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. I'm sure he could shoot every weapon just as good as he can use
As
a bow and arrow.
yeah. He just preferred.
But, I mean, his bow and arrow though, a gun, if it's 9mm, it's only going to shoot 9mm. So forth. But his bow and arrow, all he has to do is stick the what do you call it, the bow or the arrow in there, and it changes the head of the arrow.
Yeah, it changes the head, and then he can see what it says. Yeah, what it does.
Bow thing. I'm not an archer, so I don't know the names of all these.
So I like there's a line in a conversation between Nick Fury and Loki when they say "and have no quarrel with the boots."
Yeah, well, what did he say? He goes, "We have no quarrel with your people."
Yeah, we have no quarrel with the people, and that's when Loki saying "and has no quarrel with the boots."
Which I gotta beg the difference, because I mean, when you start stepping on ants, if you don't move fast enough, they crawl up your boot and then they sting you.
Well, that's different because, like, he's talking about like when you don't know what's going on, or like when the ant doesn't know what's going on either. Like, when you walk regularly.
Well, sure, because it looks like a giant rock coming down.
Because that lion comes back and bite Loki in the butt later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say it really comes back to bite him, because Loki's where he wants to be.
Oh yeah.
He's probably just thinking, this is a cut.
Yeah, he just didn't know.
This is lame.
Yeah, he just didn't know. Like, he had a plan and stuff.
Yeah, he had a plan. He's like, oh, you're gonna tell me the same thing I told you.
Like, I know, right? Like, come on.
Loki.
How lame are you?
But anyhow, we see because all that energy builds up in the top of the building,
mm-hmm.
and then, of course, Loki and them, they just walk past Maria Hill, which she's like, who's that?
Oh, I know. When Hawkeye said, like, I don't know.
She just keeps walking.
They don't tell me anything.
I mean, sure knows I was wrong, but I'm like, she's just like, okay.
But at the same time, I think it was because he was with Hawkeye.
Maybe,
you trust the agent.
But did you see what Loki looks like?
Yeah, but then maybe like they told him
you're
to
a trained agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. and some Loki guy some weird dude just comes out of this room that he wasn't in. I mean,
stays that the thought, but at the same time he's walking with Hawkeye. It could be Hawkeye taking him somewhere. You don't question it,
Hawkeye.
Right?
I mean, obviously it was Hawkeye taking him somewhere.
Yeah.
But I would have been like, so what? Who is this guy? Introduce me before you get in the Jeep. Okay.
You're not in that line. Hey, Nick Fury say, hey, take this guy to the compound or whatever. They're going right away. So for all she knows, like, hey, he's following orders right now, and that's why they're in a hurry. But then that's why, like, if Nick Fury hasn't called, she probably just let them go because
she probably would have. Yeah. I think she would have. Well, I mean, she was suspicious, and we know that. But,
yeah, she was suspicious.
Of course, Nick Fury's like, hey, you got to stop us.
Yep.
So, of course, she's got to jump in the Jeep, so they got to do the chase scene under the building. Or under the mountain, or whatever they're in.
She did some stunt work. I was impressed. She did that roll, and then she did that getting in the car, Jeep move. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, she could have been in Terminator and taught those people some moves.
Yeah, she's tall and beautiful. I think she's pretty.
That is awesome, but we also saw that she could fight and kick your ass.
Yes, that's the thing.
I mean, that's all that really mattered. That was what the scene was supposed to establish.
And then we always said, and then the whole building collapsed within itself. I think it sunk in because
I'd say that. I think whatever, the whole Earth collapsed right there. It took a bunch of satellite dishes with them. A lot of people lost their satellite TV reception.
If that's where it's coming from.
Of course, we see Well, it's got to come. I mean, come on, Shield's doing everything. I mean, it's got to come through them so they can read everybody's emails and stuff, and
Yeah.
then they send it right back on out.
Okay, this guy's
You know,
watching.
you're watching your YouTube stations and everything. I mean,
This
they're
guy's
laughing,
watching Law and
having a good time.
Order.
Giving you a couple likes. Yeah, give you a couple likes before they send it on back up.
Well, and then after that, I think this is the first time the title screen comes on with that
Well, we also got
music.
to say, got to remember because Nick Fury's in his helicopter.
Oh yeah.
Remember, and then of course, you got Loki standing up on top of the Jeep, whatever that is, a Hummer, shooting.
Yeah.
He shoots a helicopter down. Of course, Nick Fury just jumps out of the helicopter.
Yeah, that was
and the helicopter
cool.
rolls across the ground. Yeah, it was cool. Plus, he left those guys in the helicopter.
Yeah, I know.
I guess
Like,
he did call for help for those guys after he emptied his pistol out on Loki.
They were expandable.
Yeah. Well, we also saw Loki was bulletproof because remember those agents shot Loki. And
Yeah, I was gonna say he's bulletproof because he's a god, right? There's nothing they can.
Well, he's just like Thor, so yeah. I mean, he's just an advanced human. Or they make really good clothing in Asgard.
Oh yeah, it's like Daredevil. That suit, it's just
Yeah. Like I think it's just because they're kind of more advanced and more powerful. I don't know how something could be like that, but
whatever he's wearing,
they got a hammer you can't pick up. So.
Yeah, whatever he's wearing is not cotton, okay? It's some kind of material that is not found on Earth. It's from Asgard.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's made out of some awesome plant they have on.
Yep,
in their kingdom.
No one ever questioned that. Where did they get their clothes? It's not cotton, man. I would like to try
that
out.
I bet you, I can promise you that I'm sure that S.H.I.E.L.D. was looking into it to see if they can gather that stuff, because, I mean, they're gathering everything else up. That's what they do.
Well, yeah.
They're trying to make their own superheroes.
Yes. I agree.
And they did.
Yeah.
They made their own group. This is how this movie would come together. I mean, if S.H.I.E.L.D. didn't want agents, we wouldn't have got the Avengers.
Yeah.
Even though it happens different in the comic book,
Well,
It's not until Avengers number 4 in the 60s comic book that Captain America even shows up.
Ooh.
Well, it's the Avengers are the ones that found him, not some military guys walking around in the snow.
Yeah.
With red glow sticks.
Well, so this is after all that, after Nick Fury said, as of right now we are at war because of Tesseract's been stolen.
Yeah, and I noticed, they use this line a lot. They kept saying a war, something about war.
Yeah.
Always, because later on in the movie, Nick Fury goes, "Well, we're not at war." It's the first movie, he goes, "We're at war." Then later on, he tells somebody, "We're not at war," and then somebody else goes, "We're going to start a war." And I'm like, whoever wrote the script was really into that war thing.
So I'm guessing you don't like Joss Whedon, huh?
Actually, well, let's put it this way. I never really liked him that much.
Yeah.
But I do have a little bit of appreciation after watching this again.
What do you mean?
Because this is the first time I watched Avengers since I saw Justice League.
Oh.
Well, here's what doesn't make sense. I mean, I know there's a lot of actors, on Justice League don't like him. He's doing a lot of crap, and I don't know if it's true or not. I think it may be, since there's like several people saying that they don't like him. But that's not the problem. The problem is he directed Avengers, the first Avengers. He directed the second Avengers. He had like a lot of credit on the first Avengers. I thought the first Avengers movie was good. Yeah. I like the second Avengers movie better. But I watched Justice League.
Well,
Justice League was like a dumpster fire.
Okay, so that's different because Justice League, like someone else was already working on it, right?
Well,
like,
the thing is, after you watch that's the thing though. You watch Justice League, everybody makes it like, well, it's Joss Whedon's fault that this movie didn't succeed. It's Joss Whedon's fault that he did this and he reshoot.
Oh, I think it was Warner Brothers instead of Joss Whedon.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm like, how could he make a really good movie and then the Justice League movie, who has superheroes like Batman and Superman, and Wonder Woman, how did that suck so bad?
I think he was just trying to fix like whatever he can at that moment, when he got signed on.
That's what I'm saying though. I mean, I think a lot of people are blaming Joss Whedon for that movie sucking, but I'm thinking that movie was already the bad thing anyway.
Well, I haven't seen the Zack Snyder cut yet. It's
I haven't
4
either,
hours,
but somehow I'm thinking after seeing that and seeing if Joss Whedon couldn't save it, I don't think Zack Snyder's going to save his own work, because I'm thinking, because you got to think that's his work. That was Zack Snyder's work, and then Joss Whedon stepped into it.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't say he stepped into it. I think it's like what happened is Warner Brothers. What Warner Brothers like? Hey, you know what? Snyder has to go. We have to get someone on board that's big.
But the problem is we got to see. Yeah, I want to see the new cut because I want to see because I'm thinking it's still gonna suck.
You think so? My sister said it was good.
Oh really?
It was better.
I'll have to
I,
see it.
I started watching it, but
It took what 2 more hours to save that movie?
I don't know.
2 more hours. I gotta sit there for 4 hours. I get tired. I mean, I like Batman versus Superman, but man, that movie is too long.
Yeah.
But the problem is, if you don't see his version of it, you don't even know what's going on in the story because for the theaters, remember when we saw it there, they cut so much stuff out of it. You know, like who, what?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying in the movie. Where's this guy come from? Where is this? What? Why is Superman getting framed? Because they cut the whole point out of him getting framed. But I just want to say, the Avengers made me appreciate Joss Whedon a little bit more, even though I don't really want to see him come back.
Well, you won't, because we know how this goes further down the line. So okay.
I saw Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and I saw where that went.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I want to.
It was good, but it just wasn't as good as it should have been.
Okay. Well, okay. So now we go back to the movie, right? I think the next scene is we see Black Widow. Yeah, at the.
Yes.
Is it some kind of
they
warehouse?
They got to call in all their agents now.
Yeah. Yep.
So of course.
So
we see Black Widow being interrogated. Well,
what
Black Widow
people?
tied to a chair.
Yeah.
Being slapped around, interrogating the people that are beating the crap out of her.
Yes. So what were those people? I didn't know. I didn't pick up the language. I'm not sure.
They're Russian.
Oh, they're Russians. Okay.
Well, you know they're Russian because the general, he had the Russian flag on his uniform.
I just didn't pick up the language.
And I'm sure the AK-47s laying up against the deal were supposed to give it away too.
Oh, you know what? I wasn't paying attention to that. I'm just.
I don't know if it was in Russia. Maybe it was like one of the satellite countries, but the guy had a Russian flag.
I'm just looking at ScarJo.
And they were all speaking Russian, and they were speaking Russian.
Oh, I was just paying attention to ScarJo. That was it. That was my thing. Like, yeah, Russian, sure. I don't know. Like, are they Italian? I have no idea. I don't know.
She's a Black Widow, so apparently you weren't paying too much attention.
No, I wasn't paying too much attention.
You're paying attention to the wrong thing. But anyhow, they almost.
She got me too.
So that's what the other guy's phone rings. That's because it's to show you how far that S.H.I.E.L.D. is more powerful than just like the CIA, I guess, is what they want you to know.
Yeah.
Because that other guy's phone rings, and of course they answer it, and they're like, hey, we need to talk to Black Widow.
No, he threatened him first. He said, like, hey, I'm within like this kind of radius around you. I have all these.
Yeah, well, he said there's an F-22 7 miles out. They'll blow the whole building before you get to the lobby.
Yeah, so put the woman on the phone.
Could you please put her on? And then, of course, it's for you. And then, of course, he's like, I don't want to go in because these guys are telling me everything. And the guy's like, I'm not telling you nothing.
Yeah, I'm not telling you everything.
And then he's like, then the main thing is all they want to do is tell him, you got to go talk to the big guy.
Yes. Because
before she said that. They could have just sent her an email. And of course, yeah, she's like,
she want to get Tony, yeah.
Yeah, she thinks when he says big guy, they're like Tony Stark. And of course, Close is like, no, I talk to Tony Stark.
Yeah, I'll get to Tony.
That's my bud.
You get the big guy.
Because you got the other green guy. The big green guy. She's like, then of course in Russian she says something. Like,
yeah, they said something, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to do this.
So, I guess right after that, but they have a little fight scene. Just go. Yeah, they went to India.
Okay.
That's when
we go back to the country.
Sickness, right? Yeah, the chick sickness.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I think Bruce Banner was just being a doctor throughout in probably a remote part of India. I can't remember if it told the town or not. I think it eventually did.
No, he did. He said Calcutta.
Okay, Calcutta. And he's just healing people. And then of course some kid tells him that her parents are sick. He needs to come quick, or he won't wake up. So he goes out there. And of course, he stops for some kind of military dudes go by. This is weird. I'm like, come on, I didn't know India was like that. But
he got handed to by a little girl, man. I gotta tell you.
Yeah. Of course, you got Black Widow all dressed really nice.
Yes. She's always dressed really nice. That's my girl.
Some rundown shack. She's all dressed up.
Yep.
It's like, hey, what's up? And he's like, hey.
Well, I like hold on. Before he said that, he was like, what about your actress? Do they start them off that young? And then she said, I did.
Yes.
Dude, that was so creepy. Yeah, the spy's like, oh, that's creepy.
Yeah, that was a little creepy. I was like, you could have just kept that to yourself.
Yeah. He doesn't need to know.
You're trying to talk to somebody and to get them to join your side, and you're like, yeah, I started to spy as a kid.
Oh, you know what? Maybe that's telling the truth. Like, hey, I'm trying to get you to ease up, shut down your defense wall.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good thing. She's Black Widow. She'd kill you,
But then she lied to him too. Like she's like, "Hey, just you and me here," and he already know there's probably a whole team of squadron outside.
It depends on how you look at it. I think she meant in the room.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, they were the only two people
They
in the
were
room.
only in that room, so she did like yeah. When she said like just how many people outside? Nope, just you and me. But you talk about in the room. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I
I
can
mean, yeah,
give you
there's
that.
like she didn't want to tell them there's 500 agents standing around the
Yeah,
building.
yep. Because he did that thing to get upset at her and see what she would do.
Yeah, yeah, because apparently he wasn't really upset, or he would have turned green.
Yeah, he wasn't really upset. He just testing her like, hey, let's
But
see
we
where
did
this
learn that
goes.
he controls his Hulk a little bit better.
Yes.
He just can't control him once he's the Hulk, but he can control turning into the Hulk.
Yeah. It's just like if everything is like on some kind of level that he could not pass, then yeah, he's
Yeah, because he's not
controlling
as
it.
stressed. He doesn't get as stressed out. Because remember in the Hulk movie we watched, it didn't take much to turn him into the Hulk.
No, because it
All
was
you had to
brand
do is
new.
get him hungry, and then he would like turn
Well,
into.
and his heart rate had to keep it
Yeah,
at a level.
yeah, because like you said, you won't like me when I'm hungry. But I mean, a lot of people turn into the Hulk when they don't get a Snickers.
Yeah. so,
But
so,
yeah, so
so she got him. No, they even said specifically they don't want the big guy. They just want him. Remember
yeah,
that they want Banner.
they just want a scientist on there.
They want a
On Iron
scientist
Man.
to find the cube.
And they only run it because the cube's putting out gamma radiation, and they think,
Yes.
well, you've been embalmed,
Experience. Yeah.
you've been embalmed with gamma radiation, so you're the deal. Plus, I mean, the only other scientist they could talk to is Tony Stark, and you know how he is.
Yes. He's a consultant. Okay.
You know,
Oh, so okay,
I mean,
let's go to
they
that.
already they already went to go get him. So
They do. So I guess that was simultaneously, right? No, so she told him like, hey, get on board. We just need Doctor Banner, not the big guy. And then I think even before we go to the Iron Man scene, Nick Fury meets with the council. Like he talked about like, hey, it's Asgardian, and I think Nick Fury is trying to tell them that like, hey, we're trying to find out everyone we can. We can't find Thor because there's no way we know where his whereabouts is.
yeah,
But
well, that's where we learned. Yeah, well, we can go ahead and say that because that council, when he's talking to the council, which is weird because I always thought that was a United States government thing, but you see all these different nations on there
yeah,
talk to him, which we find out that the idea for the superhero initiative that was canceled, we learned it was canceled.
yes,
Because remember we asked about it after the Iron Man 2 movie.
and they want to
Like,
go to phase two.
yeah. Well, we wanted to know why did they talk to him and then why did they get rid of it? But apparently the whole initiative is Nick Fury's idea. The
Yes.
superhero thing is Nick Fury's idea. It is not Shield's idea.
No, it's not Shield's idea. We've
You
known
see all
that
those.
much later on though. The
Yeah, we see all
Avengers
those.
Initiative.
We see all those deals. So that's what we learned. But the neat thing was, because I don't know if you noticed this in the theater, and you may not know who this actor was, but on the screen, one of the guys was Power Booth. He's an actor.
What?
He's
I
in all
know
the right
that
stuff.
now.
I mean. Yeah, he's the second guy they talked to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow, I mean, I saw this at the theater, which I thought was weird that they get an actor to play the city council, and they didn't give him a name or anything. And I thought, but that's a well-known actor sitting there doing this part.
Oh no, yeah. I think I know who you're talking about. Not the lady, but the older white man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know who you're talking about. Yeah, I didn't know what his name was, but I'd seen him from
Powers
somewhere.
Booth. He's actually I'd say he's from around here in Texas.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I saw him and I thought, why did you get somebody that big name up there playing such a small part? And I don't know if it was planned or not because he shows up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh.
He's a very, very powerful man in S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh.
But he's also like a bad guy.
Oh. Then I gotta watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. then.
Well, he's Hydra.
Oh. Well,
Well,
that's not a surprise, right?
He's one of the leaders of Hydra.
One of the leaders.
Yes, he's the lead. Well, I guess you could say he is the leader of Hydra. In the United States.
So hey, you know what? Before we go on, I never asked you this back in Captain America. So is Hydra like started with Germany?
Hydra started in Germany with Red Skull.
With Red Skull. Okay, so they're probably a lot like Germans originated. I would say.
I'd say, well, it started in Germany. It probably spread throughout the deal since it wasn't really the Nazis. I mean, Hydra's not the Nazis. Hydra was
Scientific.
Okay, let's
right?
put it this way: Red Skull got a bunch of scientists together and started a research group.
Yes. Oh yeah, the research group.
For the Nazis. They started for the Nazis. Because everybody has their divisions. So Hitler had a bunch of little divisions. He had like he has the SS, personal guards, military army. Then I guess they started a group called Hydra that does all the scientific research to supply the Nazis. But again, Red Skull's decided, we're going to break off on our own. And he starts another organization. Of course, in the comic book, it's Red Skull, Baron Zemo, which we won't see Baron Zemo until the Winter
Civil
Soldier.
War.
Oh, it's Civil War. Yes.
Yeah,
No,
Civil
it's
War.
yeah. You're right. It's not Winter Soldier. We won't see Baron Zemo until the Civil War, and the other one's Braun Stalker, which we won't see until the Avengers, the second Avengers.
Yeah.
Both of those guys are supposed to exist in the World War II time, but you can't, or you can't use them. You know, that's why they made them younger. Because as far as I'm concerned, Baron Zemo probably will never be Hydra, but Strucker is Hydra.
Oh.
And we'll see him in we see him in the Avengers, the second Avengers movie.
Yeah, Age of Ultron.
The one's responsible for he gets the staff somehow, and he also appears in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, well, he's a Hydra. He's the main Hydra, one of the main Hydra, I guess, of the German area.
Wow.
I mean, you got to think Hydra is like it's like a terrorist organization now. Yes. By this time, it's like a terrorist organization, and it has cells, and nobody knows who's a Hydra agent. Even some Hydra agents don't know other Hydra agents.
No, I got that from Winter Soldier.
Yeah, and you'll learn more of it during Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
You know, in these kind of groups, right, it makes me wonder, like, well, how do people move up to the ranks? They just work really hard, and then, you know, they show potential, and then they can show leadership.
I don't think they do. Well, if you're in a cell, you don't. I mean, you're probably picked on what you, after you've known who you are, or they know who you are.
They just
Somebody
place
knows,
you.
but they place you from what you did as before you were known as a Hydra agent. Let's say I was in the military and I was Hydra or Cobra or something like that. If I did really a good ranks as a regular honorable soldier, then I'm going to get that rank. I'm going to keep that rank.
Okay. Well, since we're talking about Hydra, right? We just transition it back now after the Hulk scene or after the council scene. You know, there's like wars won by soldiers again here.
Yeah, we get the whole spiel.
Yeah, we hear the word war.
But again. Mainly, all we get is what Nick Fury wants to do. He wants to build a team.
He wants to build a team to combat against, you know, what they're facing. And now we go to the Captain America scene. Like now, Captain America is at the boxing gym.
Yeah, and where we left it at the end of Captain America.
Yes.
2, if you watch the credits.
Yes. The post credits. So now we go to that scene, and Nick Fury comes in about
punching on punch bags.
Yes.
That's where he goes. What did he say to him?
Well, before Nick Fury comes in, he's just punching the bag, and he's reminiscing about, you know, I guess the stuff in the Captain America movie.
Yeah, he's having war flashbacks.
Yeah. Did you see the deleted scene where they got you this?
I didn't.
So before they got you the punching bag scene, right? You know, Steve Rogers, you know, wearing his awesome brown bomber's jacket, walking around New York City. Then he stopped at this cafe, right? He's just looking around, looking at the stock tower, and he makes a face. And then the waitress was like, "Oh, you know, a lot of people let you look at that tower." He's like, "Really? Yeah. Just to get a chance of Iron Man flying by." He's like, "Oh, okay." And like, you know, hey, I apologize if I'm, you know, taking too much of your time, right? And this is what the waitress said. "Oh, no, it's fine. We have free Wi-Fi here." This is what Steve Rogers said. Like, radio? And he started looking up to the sky. It was so funny and very lame, so I guess why they cut it. But then that waitress
said... It's probably for time.
Yeah, just for time. But that waitress,
now that you're telling me to, this is kind of an important deal, because you could see where this story was. Yes. This story actually takes place. I mean, him looking at the tower, seeing Stark Tower, is an important part of this movie.
Yeah, it is. But then, like, they probably figure out later when he said something about that tower, it didn't.
Because it's probably the actress it's probably this waitress he saves in that building too.
Yes,
right?
It is.
Okay.
I was just gonna say that because like later that waitress comes back and that's the one that on the TV later. But like I guess they didn't need that.
She was trapped in the building with the
with those people when he fights them. So what is right before that? Then you know, he goes to the boxing the gym. Then he actually took some money out to pay the guy, and then it just goes to the boxing scene. And then that's when the movie picks back up. That was the deleted scene.
Okay. And then of course we hear Captain America say, "Nothing will surprise me." And then what Nick Fury tells you, "I bet you $10."
I bet you $10. Okay, before we go to the or carrier, right? Where did Captain America get money? Like when they freeze him, do they give him like $200 each month for something? Like
maybe,
what is
well, it's probably all those war bonds that he was selling. I mean, he probably had assets that were frozen for a while.
Frozen literally.
I mean, seeing as how that they probably declared him dead, he probably lost everything. But I mean, come on, S.H.I.E.L.D. probably probably gives him an allowance.
Yeah,
I mean, he still works. I think he still works for the government. He works for somebody.
Yeah,
He must work for Shield. I'm gonna say that he works for Shield now.
like he rooms and board there. Like I like what was he living at right before the
Yeah,
Winter Soldier?
I
Like he
think
got an
I
apartment.
think I think he works for Shield. Because I mean, it might as well because Shield bugged his apartment that they gave him. So,
Yeah, see that was well that comes later in the Winter Soldier, but right now I guess
well,
he's
I'm
just
sure
living
it's
there.
already been bugged right now.
Yeah, it's being bugged right now. Oh hey y'all, we're preparing a place for you to stay, Steve. Just give us a week.
Yeah, I mean, he's Captain America. So I'm sure he works for Shield or he works for somebody. He probably works for the United States government still pays him now.
Yep. So
He
we have to.
probably gets some kind of pension or
You
something.
know of everybody, right? Nick Fury's the one that picked him up because I guess he, because to Captain America, he's an authority figure. He's the
Yeah,
one
he
that
is.
can give orders. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So I would say he is.
yeah, I would
He seems
definitely
to
say
be
he
the
is too.
head of well, he's the head of Shield. So
Yeah,
in a way, if Captain America works for him, then he's Captain America's
he's
boss.
report. Yeah, Captain America's boss. Yeah,
And I mean, Captain America seems to act like he works for him.
but you know what? That quick scene was really good too. They talked to well Nick Fury tells Captain America they found a tesseract, right, or whatever. It was used as a Hydra weapons.
Yes.
Like they found it before they found him from the frozen
Yeah,
aircraft.
he hands her that paper, which to me is probably because remember we see in Captain America when Stark is playing with those little particles and it blows up the machine and sends him backwards.
Yeah.
And that's when he finds out about the power. But
Yep.
I'm thinking also this is probably what led to him inventing the arc reactor.
Oh yes.
Yeah, him seeing the Tesseract is probably
Oh.
what made him go, hey, I could probably do something like this.
Yes,
Similar.
that's a good that's a good connection right there. Yeah.
But they're using energy off the Tesseract because you'll never run out of power on it. But I guess that's because they're robbing some place else in the universe of its energy.
Yep.
For all we know, they're destroying something on the other side of the universe.
Oh, that's really good.
Energy out of it.
You know,
But they never show that.
no,
But
they never showed
usually,
that.
I mean, but that's the thing. You don't just get anything in our universe from nowhere.
Yeah.
It always comes from somewhere. Even if I don't care if it's negative, positive matter, it's they're pulling it from somewhere. So I mean, it's probably obvious when they're draining all that power that somebody else in space is going, hey, I wonder where all this electricity's going.
Oh, that's
Probably
good.
was pulling it from the Chitauri universe, wherever the Chitauri are.
Well, with all that power, right? Even Nick Fury asked him like, what's your opinion on it?" And then Captain America said, "You should just left it where you found it."
Yeah, you should have left it. Yeah, you should have left it.
He's not gonna do that. It's Nick Fury. They got Phase 2 going. Okay, he just
nobody,
doesn't know.
nobody that finds it is gonna get. I mean, it's either Nick Fury get it or somebody else get it.
Yes, it's not somebody else get it. It's just Nick Fury
I mean,
he's saving his hands in a way.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna play like he's this spy and he's the dark evil guy. But I'm like, all right, if there's weapons out there or there's somebody gonna destroy somebody better keep it. It's on your side.
Yep.
You don't want the other guys against you to have it.
Yeah,
I don't care if
someone
it's bad or not. I mean,
so
it's the less of the two evils.
So Captain America leaves, and Nick Fury just saying, "Hey, it's in your briefing packet or whatever."
Well, yeah. But then we got to go to Stark Tower.
Now we go to Stark Tower again. He was in the water first.
Right. Well, because we see him in the water, and apparently I don't know what the thing he's using because it didn't really make sense to me that he put that cup on it. And apparently that cup has shut off the power to his building. That way he can use his arc reactor technology to power the building.
Clean energy.
This is the business, because we want to see this is the business he's in, is he's making free electricity, even though that it seems to be S.H.I.E.L.D's in the same business, but they're not doing the same thing he's doing.
No.
Which is the neat thing, because we got to remember in Iron Man 2, Nick Fury tells him that he had that his dad was working on something to make the AAA battery look like. Make a nuclear weapons look like a AAA battery.
Yeah.
This is what he was working on.
Yes.
Well, no, that wasn't working. The Tesseract was kind of what he was working on. But he must have get kicked off the project or something. Or he got killed. He was killed probably while he was working on it and 100 other projects. But anyhow, we go back to the tower, which is awesome. Well, unless you're Steve Rogers, which is the biggest, ugliest building in New York.
Well, it's he has his name on the side of the building.
Yeah, it's his name. Well, I mean, if you had that much money, you might as well put your name on everything.
So the lines are still there when he say like, "Hey, you know what does it look like?" Well, it looks like it's Christmas, but a little bit more me. That's when his name sparks up.
Yeah, I know. I love it.
Such egotistic bastard.
His ego's really big because we kind of learned that it was Pepper Potts is more Pepper Potts' idea.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah. He tells her, oh, it's 100% you, but I'm just gonna give you 12% of the credit.
Yeah.
And
And
then,
like,
of
I
course,
think this is the first time we see Iron Man walk back into the building, right? And then as he's walking, instead of him getting stuck at one place to take off his armor, he's able to walk and it takes off at the
yeah,
same
it's
time.
basically the same machine. It's just a little more fancy.
Advanced, yeah. So
Yeah,
that
I
way
mean, yeah, I'd say it's fancier.
it's
Because you remember,
convenient.
he still has to put his hands out. He still has to have little things come and take the armor off of
Yeah,
him.
but it's just convenient because he could walk and do
Yeah,
other
I'm
things. He
sure.
don't have to
I'm
wait
sure
for it.
it's just like the other machine. He just thought, I'm gonna walk through it like a car wash.
Yes,
Spit my arm out. And it was
that's
cool.
so
And it's
cool.
cool. It's awesome.
Yeah, because he's just like so casual. He walks out of it like,
As
oh,
far as I think this is the same armor that we see him in Iron Man 2 as he fights Bankoff, Whiplash with.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that's his armor. And of course, he's already working on another armor, but it's not ready yet.
No, oh yeah. They talk about that later with the hand bracelets.
But the whole time that he's doing all this, Coulson's trying to call him.
Yeah. Oh, because he said like, yeah, Coulson agents, Coulson. Just tell him I'm out. I'm out actually.
Well, here's the neat thing. He tells them, and when you remember when he calls, because this is an important thing, not in the movie, but in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They eventually touch on this. Because remember when he talks to him, he goes, "I'm a live model decoy."
Oh,
live model decoys come into play in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Where you think there's somebody and they're not the people you think they are.
So they took his...
Matter of fact, almost everything that's manufactured for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is made in this movie.
So they took his little joke and they make a live version of it, right? When they say like, this is a live...
Yeah, well, I think it was always in the comic books, live model, just,
Yeah, live model decoy.
Yeah, it's LMDs. LMDs is what they call them.
Oh, that's funny. His phone was pretty high tech.
So Coulson pops up, shows up, and we find out that apparently, between all the movies, I guess Coulson, well, you got to remember, he did actually kind of save Pepper Potts.
Yeah.
So they're friends now.
Yes.
Apparently, the whole time she's been friends with Coulson, because she's also still running Stark Enterprises.
Well, since Iron Man 1.
Yeah. Well, and I'm thinking though, she is running Stark Enterprises.
Yes.
She probably tells Tony what to do, and Tony builds a few things, but mainly I'm thinking Stark Enterprises is probably building stuff for S.H.I.E.L.D. still.
Oh yeah.
And she's keeping it on the
down low. Yeah.
Yeah. She has to be, because she tells him, "Oh, I'm going to fly to Washington. Hey, Phil, can you drop me by LaGuardia?"
Yeah. Oh, so before we get to that scene, right? I think this is the first time.
Phil now.
This is the first time Tony learns his name is Phil. Like his first name is Agent.
His name is Agent.
He's like, Phil, what? We're not going to talk about this Phil business.
So now we get. This is the recruitment. Now Iron Man is a part of the Avenger recruitment.
Whoa. I want to point out something funny that he says, because when he he didn't like to be handed things, right? And you know what Tony said to Coulson? He's like, "Hey, my business hours are from 8 to 5 every other Thursday." Such a jerk.
He says anything to get out of it, because remember he says, "You can't afford my consultation fees."
Yeah, he can't afford me. Yeah. He brings it back to this movie like, my hours are 8 to 5 every other Thursday.
Well, it's also pointed out that Phil's dating a cellist.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Well, she's introduced in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. too.
What? Really?
Yes. Yeah. Pretty much you get to see all of Phil's life in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, well, yeah, because he's the main star of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, he's the main star. Which, the sad thing is, though, it takes away from one of the most important scenes in the movie, him getting killed.
Ooh.
Remember? Because we remember when you were watching it at the theater, he gets killed and we're like, crap.
Okay, so I haven't finished. I've seen season 1 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and they ask him about that, and he doesn't remember. And then you had a theory.
Yeah, but we have a theory because we saw him in Tahiti. He's saying Tahiti, but we also saw Nick Fury sitting in Tahiti at the end of Spider-Man: Far From Home, which is on a space station. Which might as well ask this question in this movie: is this really Nick Fury?
Ooh. So is Nick Fury in space the whole? No, I don't think so. Right?
I don't think he's in space. I decided this is real Nick Fury.
Yeah, I don't think he's in space until after Endgame.
Okay, when Nick Fury shows up at Iron Man's house, is that real Nick Fury?
Yes, I think he's real Nick Fury until after Endgame.
Okay, I'm gonna say also then that means when we see Nick Fury in Iron Man 2, and he says, "Sir, please exit the donut."
Yes.
I'm gonna say that's real Nick Fury,
Yes.
because he says the same line. He says, "Sir, I need you." What did he say? He says something. He says this. He uses that line again in this movie, Avengers.
So what you're pointing out is that we're gonna have to pay attention to what Nick Fury says of all the movies from now on.
Yeah, or what he does, because remember, he doesn't like to eat certain things too.
Yes. Oh, that's really good. That's a great Easter egg.
But I remember that he always says, "Sir, I can't remember what I'm going to have to ask you to do something." He says it in Avengers.
He does?
I can't remember. I almost think.
Oh, in the beginning, right? When he asked Loki to put down that staff. He says, "Sir."
He goes, "Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to put down that weapon."
Yeah, the weapon. Yep.
Yeah, so
He does.
That's him. So we know that's Nick Fury. Even though they have a space station in space, or we don't know. Maybe they don't have a space station. But we know they're already Kree, and we already know somebody looks like there already is somebody that looks like Nick Fury.
The Queen's already, yeah. We
We already
didn't
know
that
that
yet.
Nick Fury carries around a little pager, and he hasn't used it yet for some reason. Because
Over Captain Marvel,
him
yeah.
and, Captain Marvel are in the best terms all the time.
So you're saying that he has a pager even in this movie?
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't pay attention to that.
Well, he did have to go get the pager out of the back of his car, so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Yes.
No,
so
I'm thinking right now in this movie, it's in the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier because they had to pack it up when they evacuated that building. You know, when he says get the stuff.
Part of his stuff.
He was talking about the pager.
Yeah, the pager. Yeah, please don't
they
forget
put
my
it in
pager.
a briefcase and they stuck it on the helicarrier. But now we got Stark on this group.
Yeah, Stark on this group. Yep, he's got a lot of homework to do. That's when you go back to the line like, "Can you fly back? Take me to LaGuardia." Yes.
Yeah. Okay, where do we go after that?
We go they're on the like Captain America and Agent Coulson was on a airplane going to the carrier.
Oh yeah.
He's talking to him because he's like the whole time. I think that was the Coulson smiled the whole time, the whole trip, right? It seems kind of weird. Like he's talking to Captain America.
Oh, it's supposed to be weird. That was the whole point of it. He's supposed to be a fanboy.
He's a huge fanboy. I was like, this is kind of weird.
He's a Captain America fanboy. So we're supposed to. I mean, I guess it's also letting us know that people didn't forget who Captain America was.
No.
In their universe, In our universe, a lot of people still don't know who Captain America was.
Yeah.
Apparently, that guy that was in the police department at the end of the movie, he didn't know who Captain America was.
Oh no! Yes, I love that.
I'm gonna take orders for you.
Yes, so he's talking about his we designing the uniform, and he was there when they found him, and his fin.
Well, the whole point of this scene though is to show you actually this is an important scene later in the movie.
Yes.
Coulson is actually Nick Fury. This is Nick Fury's idea, but it's Coulson's idea rooting it on and trying to help make this work.
Yes.
It's also Coulson's idea to have a superhero team.
Yes.
It's not just Nick Fury. I mean, it's both of theirs. And then of course they get on the aircraft carrier and they meet Bruce Banner.
Yeah, they got.
And I like how it's nice how Captain America treats Bruce Banner.
Yes.
Because he goes up there, and Bruce Banner's still got this paranoia. Everybody scared of him, but of course, like Captain America goes up, "Hey, man."
Yeah, he's
none
okay.
Of that matters to me.
None of that matters to me. That when he said so I hear that you're the man that can find us the cube. He's like, is that the only word around me? That's the only word I care about.
Yeah, that's all I care about.
Because it ties into Hydra for him, so that's all he care about. Yeah.
For Hydra.
No, the thing that powers their weapons.
Yeah. Well, he's just about getting the job done.
Yeah, he's about to do the right thing. No. He's not here for that. He's just here to. This is my mission.
This is where we learned that the aircraft carrier is actually not a submarine.
It's an airplane. Okay, so I think
if you read the comic books, you knew it.
So I was watching the special features on this, right, and then.
But I think it was to throw you off.
Yeah, it is to throw you off. So when I was watching the special features with Joss Whedon, Disney told him, right, like you have to put this in this movie. The carrier thing, because it appeared in so many comics, right? And I guess by that time, the fanboys are like, hey, they want to see this thing happen.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know that anybody would ever do something like that. I mean, I was surprised. But
I didn't either.
It did throw me because when they started talking about a submarine, I was like, S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't have a submarine. Their aircraft carrier flies. And then, of course, it's like, oh, it is going to fly.
Yes. And then that was something Captain America never seen. Even Bruce Banner was like, oh, so this must be all new to you, right? He's like, no, this part seems very familiar because, all the military
I guess he's talking about when he sees the military people do
the military, yeah.
It wasn't. It was not normal when the thing started flying.
When this thing started flying, oh my gosh.
And then that's when we go to the bridge.
Yeah, the bridge, and he gives him $10.
Captain America hands you that $10.
So, well, before they even fly, before they meet at the Harrier, right? There's a little scene with Loki, like his people are working.
Oh yeah, where he's asking everybody what they see
and what they need and things like that to make whatever he needs work at that point, right? Then I think what is it? Did he mind travel back into space or like some kind of a dream?
Oh yeah, I guess he some kind of teleport. Yeah. It must go through that stone that's in his staff. And he goes back and talks, and we get to see the Chitauri guy.
Yep, we saw the Chitauri guy. I think for the first time.
Eventually, we find out the Chitauri guy is working for somebody else.
Yes,
which is weird. I don't know, because the Chitauri should be by themselves. Maybe they are. Maybe they are by themselves, and then after they got beat, they go talk to Thanos.
Yes. But
maybe at this time, because it's like I said, that's the only way to make sense that they have have a stone inside the shaft. I mean, in the staff that this guy, the Thanos, doesn't want yet.
No, yeah, Thanos doesn't.
Because at that time, Thanos is looking for that stuff.
Oh, you know what? Maybe Chitauri had that staff, and then Thanos working with them so he can get the time stone.
Well, he probably came up and he goes, "Hey, you still have that stone?" And they're like, "Oh no, we got beat and we lost it on Earth."
So check this out. I can let you control part of my army if I do this for you, and then after this is done, you give me the stone. I mean, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes with them, right?
Yeah,
like
something's gonna happen. Well,
I'm
maybe they
thought,
or maybe it's like you said earlier. Maybe you need one stone to get another stone.
Yeah,
he's like, if you take over the Earth, then I get 2 stones.
Yeah,
now I have 3 stones.
They don't know.
Then I just gotta go get 2 stones from somewhere else.
I'm gonna kill them later, anyways. They don't know what's going on.
Yeah. So yeah, and of course Loki's a jerk, and the guy slaps him in the head and knocks him back to wherever he came from.
Yeah, it's so messed up.
He just slapped him with his funny looking hand. Wham!
Yep, and then you just go back and
then we go, and then Hawkeye's like, yeah, I got something, I know what I need to do.
Yes, so that was really cool. Like, who was it? Was it Selvig or Loki said that they were impressed he was able to find these people? And then that's when Hawkeye said, well,
yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, S.H.I.E.L.D. has a lot of
enemies, and he
so they got apparently a lot of mercenaries and stuff.
For mercenaries. So apparently he's able to find a group of soldiers really quick. He must find them on Instagram or Facebook. Like, they must be Facebook friends.
He's probably the same place that every other terrorist group on Earth finds.
Yeah, like, I mean, like if Hawkeye quit, that's probably what he would do too, or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably. I'm sure, like you said, you can probably just go on Facebook and get them.
Yes.
Or Twitter. I mean, Instagram, so you can see their skills.
Oh, we forgot to talk about, like, before even this scene, when Captain America and Coulson was on the Harrier, he asked him to sign his vintage cards.
Yeah.
They're vintage.
Yeah, I forgot he does. Yeah, because I forgot that is an important deal. Because he tells him he has a set of, he had to collect every one of them Captain America cards.
Yeah.
And they're almost mint.
Dude, yeah, they almost mint. Do they have those, or is that something they make for the movie? Because I would like a set of those too.
I don't know. I don't think there was. I'm sure there isn't. Somebody probably made some.
Probably for the special edition for the Avengers movie.
Makes you wonder if they did make a set of cards way back.
Heck yeah, because I love comic book cards,
man.
Hey,
we got to look at this. We got to find these.
I have to find them.
I really don't think they are. But I know it's during during World War II, they probably made cards for World War II. I wonder.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know say that, because remember when we fought Operation Desert Storm?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you lived in this country.
I did.
Okay.
Also,
they made cards. Yeah, remember they made cards.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Oh, I got them. They made, like, Fleer made some. Yeah, they made it for the war. They made cards for the war. It shows you all the weapons. Right before the war even started, they made cards for it. And it shows you all the weapons, all the nations it's going to help, all the leaders.
I do remember that. I was in not 7th grade. I forgot what grade I was. I was in, 7th.
Maybe you were.
No, I was in 7th grade. When,
you have been 7th grade.
I do remember 7th grade when Bush bombed the airport in Iraq or something. Oh, he didn't bomb it personally. He gave the order.
Yeah, but you remember we watched the whole war on TV.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, you can watch the war on TV.
We're set in school, it's way different from all the other wars, because all the other wars you just hear about. But this one, we said you just sat in there.
You need free Wi-Fi. You need radio.
Yeah, you sat there watching the war. We were watching the war.
I do remember that. Yeah, you can watch the war on TV. Yeah, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
For ratings.
All right, so this is after the Harrier scene, and they meet at the bridge or right by the bridge. This is when everybody shows up, right?
No, we got to go to Germany because
Well,
this is what
before you go
happened.
to Germany, that's when Nick Fury tells Captain America he's up.
Well, yeah, he tells him is up, yeah, and they get ready.
Yeah.
But they don't know this until the Germany thing happens.
Oh yeah. The Germany thing happens.
Because remember they're on the bridge and they locate Loki. They're using face recognition.
Yes.
And of course, Loki's just like, "Hey, everybody, here I am. Come to Germany, come see me, because I'm about to show you a good show." Because that's the way he is, you know.
Yeah. Well,
like
they went to Germany because wait. Before they went to Germany, Hawkeye said, he needs an eyeball, and at that moment it's like, what the hell is he talking about?
Yeah, he says he needs an eyeball, and that's why we go to Germany.
Yeah, we go to Germany.
Hawkeye's, and then we see Hawkeye shooting people with arrows.
Well, before they did that, because they went to Germany because they needed uranium. I can't remember what it was.
I don't know what they needed. They needed something.
Some kind of element, yeah.
Yeah, something they're going to kill a bunch of people for.
For Selvig, yeah, they need it for Selvig.
So, of course, Loki goes in there and finds the guy that he needs an eyeball for the retina scanner. So he just, right in front of everybody, throws the guy down and digs his eyeball out with some kind of machine.
Yeah, with that cool, Minority Report eye thing.
Yeah, I probably had 3 spoons on the end of it, and it just digs your eyeball right on.
Yeah, because they don't show you that because it's a
well, it also
movie.
The neat thing about it is it also makes a hologram image
Yeah.
of your eyeball. So he didn't really have to dig that guy's eyeball out, but he kind of had to get down behind it.
Well, maybe it's a hardware that needs an actual object to make the hologram.
Yeah, well, everyone, they killed that guy.
Yeah, it's just that scene. Not the killing of the guy scene was pretty cool, right? It's just the thought process of making the hologram on the other side was pretty cool. Like, you remember, back in the old movies, you have to drag the guy to the eye
they always
scanner.
dig your eye out. In all the other movies, you always have somebody dig somebody's eye out, and they walk around with the eye, and then they take it out, and they're like, I'm so smart.
They did
that
in
your eye
Demolition Man, okay? They dig, with the pen, with the big pen.
They're always... Well, there's a lot of movies where they're digging somebody's eye out, and then they go walk around with it and hold up the scanner like they're so smart. Loki's like, who does it, amateur?
Yeah, who does that? We could have 2 guys doing this, one guy on the other side, and he don't even have to be there.
Yeah, and he goes, and it's fun to kill this guy because I enjoy it.
It's really funny, I see all these technology, right? And then let's just say we have the technology now to do it, and someone's like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that guy. Nope, you have to find somebody else. I'm not doing that. We've seen what happens in movies, okay? It's not going to go down like that.
Yeah, you're not, we're not, you want to do the handprint? No.
Yeah,
no. You want to do the fingerprint? No. Retina scan like they do in Star Trek 2? No. No kind of kind of scan. I don't want anything that somebody's going to murder me to take my body parts.
Cut it off. Nothing like that. I can't do that. No.
Yeah, I'd be like, the only way I'd do it is if it reads that I'm alive. But again, you're probably get killed after they're done using it.
Yeah, yes, I know. It had to be well.
I think there was a movie where they had to have somebody alive to do stuff.
Yeah.
But I can't remember. We'll go on.
Go on. Yeah.
That's something else. But anyway, we see Loki's all smiling and happy because everybody's running away.
Yeah, running away. He goes on, and I like it. Like when he walks out, right? He just generates his uniform or his,
Well, I guess it was all hidden in a way.
It
must be hidden. Well, he's got magic, so
he's got magic.
He gets rid of his nice fancy suit and turns to, as Stark would say, reindeer games.
His non-cotton Asgardian outfit wardrobe.
He's got his 2 giant antlers coming out his head. He tells everybody, "Kneel before me."
Yeah. And then he had that stupid speech about you were made to be ruled, and this is your natural state. And this old man stands up.
That old man gets up. And he's like, "There's always men like you." And I like
it's really funny. You know what I think is really funny about this part? They in Germany and everybody's speaking English.
Yeah.
That was the whole time I was like, aren't they in Germany? Is this an American exhibit that they're attending? What the hell is going on?
I think they're probably supposed to speak German, but do you really want to read subtitles to this movie?
Well,
I didn't.
I don't know.
I mean, because we got to think though, that set that they're in, that was in California somewhere. That was not, or I don't even know if it's California. It's probably Georgia or something. They weren't in Germany. Let's put it this way: they weren't in Germany.
This shot in California.
It was shot somewhere else.
We're not going
to
Germany.
Shot in Germany. And all those extras they had probably couldn't speak a lick of German.
So they found the only old man that has an accent.
The only one. Yeah, the only one that had a German accent was that old man. They're like, "Well, we're gonna get you to stand up."
You're the only one that gets a line. Here's your $600.
Yeah, here's you some money. And of course he gets up and he tells her, "There's no men like." He goes, "Men like you." And of course Loki's like, "There are no men like
Yeah,
you."
because he's speaking differently. He's not a man. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's always
Well,
men like you.
yeah. Well, he's a special type of man. 'Cause
Yeah,
he's
it's
Loki.
that's when he trying to like he looks at your elder, let him be an example. He shots him, and that's when Captain America jumps in.
Yeah. And then here's where I had a problem with the thing.
Okay.
Captain America's fighting Loki, right?
Yeah.
But he can almost not beat Loki.
He could almost not beat Loki.
Well, Loki's almost tough. You can see Loki's stronger than he is.
Yes.
Clearly he's stronger than him, which doesn't really make that much sense to me. Because then, boom, Iron Man shows up.
Hey, you know what? But wait, before Iron Man shows up, like when Captain America shows up, right? Even Loki announced like, the soldier.
Yeah, he announces the soldier. But the thing is, the part is, Iron Man almost beat Loki.
Yeah, because he shot him with
the crap out of Loki. We saw it. He beats the crap out of Loki. But the problem is, movies later, we're going to see Captain America can almost beat the crap out of Iron Man.
Right.
So what happened?
Oh, so that's your problem.
Yeah, Captain America could barely beat Loki, and Iron Man could wipe the floor with Loki.
See,
but we know that Captain America could beat Iron Man almost in a better suit.
In a better suit. You know what?
Way better suit.
I didn't think that like Captain America couldn't beat Loki at that point.
Look at him. I mean, he was knocking Captain America all over the place.
Well,
he's
a little rusty, okay?
Okay, maybe that's what he is. You're probably right. I mean, he's been asleep for 70 years.
Yeah, and that was the first time he actually was in action. I mean, besides
maybe he just gets more powerful as time goes on. He has to, because like I said, Iron Man gets more powerful as the movies go on, and then I'm like, one day, Captain America is just beating the crap out of Iron Man.
Because you know what? Remember, Iron Man is not a soldier. He's not trained for this.
I know.
He's not trained for combat.
But he's beating the crap out of Loki right now.
Well, he's being out of Loki out of like technology that he shoot from his hands. Though, if you think about it, it's not a fight.
It's not a fight.
It's like a projectile thing where, like,
Captain America just didn't seem as tough. Captain America didn't seem as powerful as he should.
You know what? The only difference is Captain America is doing a close quarter combat, one-on-one, play close by, and Iron Man is shooting him from 8 feet away. Okay.
Yeah, but this is Loki, not Thor.
Huh.
Loki's not a fighter.
No, Loki's not a fighter. He's a man.
But he is. He is right now.
Yeah, he is. So you know what? Of all those times with Thor, right? They even say they fought wars together. So he's got to know how to fight.
Yeah, I'm sure he knows how to fight.
Yeah.
He knows how to stab people when they're not looking.
Yeah, see that too. He's really good at that.
A lot.
That's how he wins. Okay.
Okay.
He does that total recall hologram thing, and then he stabs them in the back.
Yeah, well, I did like the entrance. The entrance with Iron Man's really cool.
He
shoots him in Hey Reindeer game.
No, well, before he shoots, he flies down with that music, and even Captain America's looking around like, what else is coming from?
Yeah, he starts playing his ACDC music.
He even override the radio inside the jet that
yeah, I know. The neat thing is Black Widow's smiling.
Yeah, it was like, you miss me? Hey, Agent Romanoff, you miss me?
Yeah, and she's smiling.
Yeah, but then we know that Loki wanted to be caught there anyway, because he planned to be caught.
But I did like it. He beats him really quick, and then of course they're riding in the what is that aircraft?
Yeah, the aircraft. They took him to the aircraft.
What is that called? Oh, Quinjet. Those are
Quinjet. Yes, the Quinjet.
Yeah, he's riding the Quinjet, and of course it starts lightning, and you see Loki get all.
Well, before you do that, even like Captain America and Iron Man said, like, that seems kind of easy. That how they caught him, Then they was a little suspicious.
They were talking about it.
Yeah.
And of course they're
that's
talking
when the
about how they
comes.
how they're kind of Iron Man's kind of distance Captain America.
Yep.
I guess it was. Captain America's probably out of practice fighting. So.
Yes. So I do like the lightning comes, and and then Captain America's like, "What are you, afraid of a little lightning?" Like, no, it's not that. It's just whatever is coming next. I'm not so fond of.
Yeah, and then of course all of a sudden the back of the Quinjet opens up, and Thor just walks in and grabs Loki
It grabs him and flies right out. Right? He's like, "What the heck's going on?" And that's when like Captain America needs a plan, right? And then Iron Man is like, "I do have a plan. Attack."
Yeah, he just jumps out the plane. So Captain America grabs his parachute, and they try to tell him to not. You might want to set this out, Captain.
I know these are like gods. It's like there's only one God, ma'am.
And I'm sure he doesn't dress like that.
And I'm thinking like, oh my God, Captain America believes in God. Well, I guess at that time, yeah.
I mean, It's from the 1940s.
Yeah, in the 40s.
I mean,
Like,
I hate to tell you this, but there's still people now, even today, that
they
believe in
believe in
God.
God.
So.
Yep. So Captain America. Yes.
I mean, it's not like that weird.
Not, yeah, it's
Even
not
though,
that
I
weird.
mean,
I'm not dissing
even
anybody.
though that
Okay.
you got guys coming from Asgard. I mean,
Yes. It's a different kind of
alien.
God. Okay. You could believe
Yeah,
whatever
it's a
you
whole
want.
different type of thing. It's one
Yep.
of the old gods. But yeah, so he jumps out the airplane too.
So now they have a fight scene between Thor and Iron Man. But you know
Well,
what?
at first we see
As the
Thor
scene
talking
before.
to Loki. Yeah, and he's trying to tell him, hey, why don't you stop this craziness? Why don't you come home? Why don't we just be a big happy
He
family
tries so
again?
hard. About they even talk about like we thought you were dead. Oh, did you mourn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we just show that Loki doesn't really care. He's really got a problem.
He's already out. He's already out at the whatever they were doing
Yeah,
before.
he just don't
totally
care.
out.
He's like pretty much him and Thor. They're not brothers anymore.
No.
He's gonna get revenge regardless. I already got a plan. I'm gonna
Yep.
get this. Plus, in a way, he can't stop the fight now. He's already made a deal with somebody bigger than him.
Yep.
So
Yeah, even Thor. Well, in a way, he knew when they go back earlier when they capture Loki. Yeah, so they have a fight scene between Iron Man and Thor, and then they even Iron Man mocks Thor like, "Do you know who you're dealing with?" Oh, let me guess, Shakespeare in the Park.
Yeah, he goes, does mother know thou wearest her drapes?
Yes.
And then they get a fight.
They're gonna fight.
They get a fight. Knocks them trees down. Probably national forests are destroying there.
And then
Captain
charges
America
Iron Man
shows.
suit.
And of course, Captain America shows up to stop them.
Yep.
And then he's like, "Hey, put your hammer down." Hey,
No. That's his favorite thing to do. to
Yeah,
tell him
he
to put the hammer down.
hits Captain America's shield, and then it just goes everywhere.
Yeah, and then like Captain America stops. He's like, "Are we done?"
Yeah. He gets up and he's like, "All right."
I think that was the
course,
first point of leadership between them three, right? When he just stops, like, "Are we done?"
Yeah, I
Everybody
think
just
so.
calms down.
I think so because as soon as you see that, we go to them already all on the
On the
carrier.
Yeah, the carrier.
We get to see them walking. You got all those guards walking Loki through the hallway.
And then Banner sees him.
Yeah, of course Loki's
Loki
smiling.
sees him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just smiling.
Yep.
It's like, hey, I'm so happy y'all caught me.
Yeah.
You got like 100 guys here. I can kill every one of them and break these handcuffs, but I'm not going to.
Now they
Then
have
you're
a
gonna put me
meeting.
in this giant glass jar.
Oh yeah, that's when
go in there.
that's when Nick Fury tells him about the boot, and ant and boot.
Yeah, and then I like it. Then he tells him, "Hey, let me know if you want a magazine."
Yeah, we have a magazine.
Which is funny because Loki just went in there. I mean, Loki could have busted away.
Yeah, you know what? He even said
he could have got out of that jar.
He could. He even said to Nick Fury, like, this is really nice, but it's not built for me.
Yeah, he already knew who they made it for, and he's saying that because he knows that Banner's listening too.
Yes.
So he wants the Banner to already know, hey, they got something to keep you here.
Yep.
So maybe they're lying to you.
Oh, I know. Everybody's manipulative.
Plus, they got the staff, which the staff puts up powers. It makes everybody kind of negative.
Yep.
So
now they have a meeting about Loki.
Yeah, this is where they have the meeting about Loki, and then you get to hear everybody's ideas on everything.
Yeah, and then you talk about somebody's controlling Loki, whoever's behind this,
Yeah,
and then
plus,
he's all Asgardian,
Yeah, we also see that Stark shows up.
Right before Stark shows up.
It's an important deal because Stark doesn't
But before
trust.
Stark shows up, Black Widow says something about he killed 80 people in 2 days, and he's like, oh, he's adopted.
Yeah, he's adopted.
That's a quick joke. Sometimes I forget Thor had these funny moments, before
he
they get
has
to
funny
Thor
moments.
Ragnarok.
Because he tries oh, you can't talk about my brother, and then when he points out the bad thing, he's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah,
it's
he's
cool.
adopted.
It's cool. He's adopted.
Now we go to your thing about Stark comes in there for the first time.
Yeah, and plus he makes his opening. Yeah, of course you can see Mariah Hills. You see her face every time she sees these super people. She's not impressed with any of them.
No, she's not. She's talking about he comes in and he talks about what he found out.
Yeah, plus he hides the bug. He bugs her.
Yep. Well, that was before he hides the bug because he gotta walk past Thor, and that was you gotta mean swing. He called him Point Break.
Yeah,
no hard feelings, Point Break.
Yeah, Point Break. He's got that long hair. Looks like a server dude.
Then he makes that wisecrack. Then he makes that wisecrack about how does Fury sees all this? Because he looks around, he does this, he turns.
He's like,
he turns
and that guy's playing Gattaca. I can see that. And then of course he plants the bug. That's all.
Yeah, because he touches the stuff to distract them, and he plants the bug. Yeah.
Well, he also knows how the shield helicarrier works because he probably built it.
Yeah, it's probably his technology anyway.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
eventually we find out it is his technology. Because
And that-
the
you
other
s-
shield helicarriers were Stark technology.
Well, you said something last time how when the carrier that Captain America flew at the end of the movie kind of looked like this one, right? Was this the ship that you were talking about?
No.
Oh.
Well, yeah, you're right. You know, it had that opening room. It looks like the bridge.
Yeah, it just
the
much
airplane,
bigger and much better.
But I'm thinking, yeah, it probably had something to do with it. I'm sure they looked at it, built it. Who knows? But anyways, that's when what? Well, I mean, it was just a bunch of chatter mainly. The whole deal was just, oh, we're gonna talk. We're friends now. And this is where they get into this is how we're gonna find the Tesseract.
Yeah,
Remember?
well, that's the first scene that Banner and Stark talks, and you're like, okay, now we have two smart guys in the room.
Yeah, we got two smart guys in the room. Well, we got two smart guys on the team.
Yeah.
And of course, I can't remember what happens next.
Well,
they tell them how to set up the equipment so they can find the Tesseract.
Right. And Nick Fury's talking about like something about flying monkeys. And then Thor is like, he doesn't know. Yeah, he make a joke.
They may finally made a quip, that Captain America could finally get because it's for Wizard of Oz.
Oh.
The only thing that he probably would have seen because it was in the 1930s.
That's why I forgot before they did do the flying monkeys thing, and when Captain America and Coulson are flying to the hair carrier, he was talking about like this guy. Oh, they were talking about Stark. This guy is like some kind of Stephen Hawking. In Captain America.
No, they're talking about Banner.
Oh, Banner. Yes.
They call Banner Stephen Hawking.
Yeah,
and
Stephen
of course,
Hawking.
Captain America doesn't get it.
Yeah, he doesn't know who they're talking about.
Because everybody forgets Captain America has been gone. I mean,
yeah.
Nobody makes a reference to anything before the 1940s.
No.
The 1940s, except for that one, it's Wizard of Oz, which was a movie that we used 1930s movie. So I finally get that.
I got
He's been sitting there, and he's been in the dark. Yeah, he's been sitting there not understanding one thing that anybody said.
Then Tony Stark makes that face that everybody uses as a meme now. He's like, oh, they're rolling on the eyes.
Rolls his eyes.
Before they go to work, yeah.
But it's neat. Now that's when we see Tony Stark and Banner getting along. They're working in the lab.
Yeah, working in the lab, and then
of course, he walks up there, tries to poke him.
Yeah, poke you.
And then we see how Captain America's like, you need to stop that, because Captain America's all serious. He's still serious.
Yeah, he's still serious. Yeah.
And he eventually lightens up, and that's good
And that's the first conversation they had between the three of them, where Banner and Stark are on the same side because they're smart. Like, hey, what is Fury after, really?
Yeah, and like he said, information. People that deal in information and are afraid to let you know any information or something like that.
No, he said like an intelligent organization that's afraid of intelligence.
Yeah.
Of
course, like he tells them, hey, I have bugged this.
Yep.
But the thing is, because Banner backed him up, that's when Captain America goes, well, I need to investigate these guys too then.
Yep. Because he asked him, and like they were going for clean energy, right? So why didn't Stark come in earlier and show this? And then that's when Stark gave Banner a blueberry.
Yeah, here you go.
like a point or something. Like, here you go.
Here you go. Well, that's like real life. Everybody always offers you something when you're on their side.
Yeah. Here you go. And he tried to give Steve the blueberry too.
Yeah. Steve didn't want it.
And when you said like he went to investigate this, right? And then that's when he talked to Banner like, I don't understand why my dad talk about this guy so much. They should just keep him under the ice. Such a jerk.
Yeah. He just, for some reason, he just doesn't like Captain America.
Yeah, he just doesn't like Captain America because they're not agreeing on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they're not agreeing at all. Well, they're two different. They got two different ideologies.
And that's the part where Captain America makes the that big ugly building in New York.
Yeah, I like it. Well, that's when they're talking about the building because they're talking about Loki already mentioned something about his building.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, I think that was aimed at you, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah,
Which is strange because it's like they forgot about it, and then it pops up again and later on in the movie.
Well, later on because they weren't paying attention because they didn't know what Loki was after until they, Steve and Tony talks it out later.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we also got to go that they know, I mean, everybody knows that Loki's the only guy that knows what's going on. He's like they
know
said.
What he's doing.
Knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So, of course, it seemed like they talked to Thor and asked Thor, what are you willing to do to get this information from your brother?
Yep, because he's not going to give it to him,
Yeah, and they're like, what are you going to do? And, of course, I guess what he really did do, he must have told, because, the next scene we see Black Widow talking to Loki.
Yes.
But the thing is, I'm thinking Thor must have told Black Widow a little bit about Loki.
Oh.
That way she can go in there and act, because that's what she does. She's an actress.
Yes.
Even and she, she
That's-
goes in there and talks to Loki.
That scene was really good, actually.
That scene was really good because you think that he's hurting her feelings, and she's gonna cry, and then she turns around like, "Thank you."
Yes, thank you. Thank you for your cooperation. When they had that scene.
Oh yeah, by the way, I got an Oscar for this.
Well, because she act like she's going there to care about Barton.
Yeah.
She asked him what you're gonna do
does,
after
and we
that.
know
Yeah.
that she does, but
So
I
okay,
guess she uses some truth in her.
she used just truth, right? So I think that's what happened in Endgame, because she talked about like he didn't kill me when he had the chance. He gave me another chance, and that's what that at Endgame. That's her paying him back.
Yes. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess they want to show you their relationship.
Yeah,
They're
the
really
relationship.
close.
Yeah,
I mean, they're best friends.
their best friends are like brother and sister.
Yeah. Yeah, you can say that too.
Yeah, he watches us for back. Yep.
They're a team. They're like inside of S.H.I.E.L.D. They've always been just them.
Yep.
Watch each other's back, which now they're getting into a bigger team.
Yep.
But anyways, we see that Loki's big plan was the Hulk the whole time.
Well, before we get to that, that's when Oh yeah, I think the Captain America haven't found a Hydra. Yeah, like the whole time was the Unleash the Beast.
Yeah, Unleash the Beast.
You brought the monster here.
But we can't say Captain America all the time. He also investigates when he breaks into the deal and finds all the Hydra weapons.
Yep.
And they all meet back into the laboratory.
Yep, they all meet back in the laboratory because that's when Romanoff finds out I gotta go back to that and neutralize Banner. Oh, they also have a little.
Yeah, she's going to stop Banner. You're right. She's going to stop Banner, but at the same time that she's going to stop Banner is when they realize that Stark broke into their files.
Yeah. Well, before we do that, they have a little doorway scene to explain why Natalie Portman is not in the movie. Because they had that.
We don't even need to go to that. It doesn't matter. Everybody's already forgot about that.
Yep.
I mean, so she's not in the movie. Boo. She will come back later on. Okay.
You brought the monster. Okay. You brought the monster.
But so everybody shows up in the laboratory, and then everybody's mad at each other. Everybody is turning on.
Well, first the mad thing was Tony wanted to know what Phase 2 was, because
that's the thing.
When they found the virus.
Phase 2 is.
Yeah, they found the virus. That's what made Nick Fury go to that room where they were.
I don't know if it was really a virus.
Well, to them it's a virus. No, to them it's a virus. Yeah.
It was just a little eavesdropping.
Yeah. So that's how that's what the reason why Nick Fury went to that room where Banner.
Yeah, that's why Nick Fury went in there, but Black Widow was there to get
Banner off. And then Captain America came in just to find out the weapons.
Yeah, he came in to get the weapon deal, and then of course Thor's there because here's a party.
Yeah, it's a party.
Everybody's here together.
It's a gathering of all 3 or more people. It's a party.
Yeah, so we got somebody trying to get rid of Banner because now we know the Banner is going to turn green and destroy the ship.
Yeah, they don't know how Loki's going to do it.
That's why they got to get him off the ship.
Yeah.
And then we find out that they've been making the weapons so they could fight higher powers.
Higher firepower, like Thor, like space aliens.
But this is actually S.H.I.E.L.D's idea and not really Nick Fury.
No, yeah. They want to protect they want to protect Earth.
Yeah, that's the whole point. It was just to protect Earth, to make weapons to protect the Earth. Because after they saw what Thor's people could do, they're like, yeah, we got a problem.
Yeah, we got nothing that can match this technology.
And then we're standing in a room full of people that can't get along. So.
Yep. What we're gonna do? We can't trust anybody.
A nuclear weapon looks pretty good right now.
That's our only option. The nuclear.
But the thing is, and they're all fighting, and I think it's actually the what is that? The glow stick of destiny.
Yes. Well, you know what? Even in that scene, Bruce Banner got a little upset too.
Well, I think everybody got upset though.
Well, but that was the first time Banner, he really wanted to know why they were making weapons.
Yeah. Well, I also think though it's that device. That, like I said, the glow stick of destiny, that thing in there is actually making them angry at each other.
Yes.
I think it's amplifying it.
Well, you don't think Loki was controlling that?
I think he was.
Yeah.
I think he was controlling it. Because he's trying to turn them all against each other. And he was. And then this is when Barton shows up with his
with the rescue team.
And his little army team. Yeah,
the rescue team of Loki. Some kind of sabotage mission.
So yeah, everybody's fighting, and we get a bunch of cool lines there. But I don't want to go into all the lines. I mean, if you want to hear the good lines, watch the movie.
Yeah, watch the movie, okay? We're not here to cover them for you.
We'd be here forever. Of course, he takes the deal and he knocks out the one of the rotors. It's got 4 helicopter blades. I
Yep,
guess you
yeah.
could say. It's got 4 rotors on it. Keeps this thing floating. And he knocks out one of the rotors. And of course, Fury's like, you better get that rotor on because we leave it on the rotor, we're going to the ground.
Yeah, so I like how everybody got scattered around. Black Widow is stuck with the Hulk at the whatever lower level.
Yeah, it blew him up and separated everybody.
And then Thor went to Loki.
Yeah, Thor's going down to see Loki. You got 2 people got blown out. You see,
before
Fury goes to the.
I know we didn't want to go into
going back to the bridge. Yeah, Fury's going back to the bridge. And of course, Captain America
and Iron Man had to go fix the thing, right? But before,
and they're working together.
Before they were fighting, we're like, put on the suit. And then when they got bombed, like, go ahead, put on the suit.
Yeah, you need to put on the suit.
Put on the suit.
And so they're going to go fix the blades. Yeah, they're going to go fix the blades.
Yep.
And then of course, isn't that when you start to see the Hulk banners down there? Almost, it's now trying to turn to the Hulk. Those people are like, hey, can we help? And she's like, no.
No, go.
Go away. She's trying to calm him down, and she can't because he turns into the Hulk.
He turned into the Hulk, and then that was really fast. And
but then we can't actually say that Thor's going to see Loki because remember, she almost gets smashed by the Hulk, and then boom, Thor pops up and knocks the Hulk away.
Yeah, knocks the Hulk away.
Even though she's standing there all scared now.
Yep.
And you got Hawkeye making his assault on the bridge.
Yes.
They're just shooting all these guys, and they're shooting, and of course, you got Iron Man going. He's gonna spin the blades himself.
Yeah, so that way he could fly.
And he gives Captain America one simple job: just turn this handle.
Yeah, just he like speak English.
Yeah.
You see the red lever? Pull it.
Pull it. And then while he's doing that, of course, a bunch of guys trying to attack Captain America with the machine guns. And we can see his action skills.
Yeah, that's when he stopped picking up. Like, okay, I can't be rusty anymore, right? This is some serious stuff going on.
Yeah, that's when he starts fighting. Yeah, that's when he gets his stuff back.
Yeah, when
he's got the gun and he's shooting those guys, kicking them, jumping around, jumping from here to there,
throwing people out the window again. And
and then of course we go back to Thor fighting the Hulk.
Yeah, Thor fighting the Hulk.
Which was a pretty good fight because because he shows him when he throws that hammer and he hits the Hulk, and the Hulk grabs that hammer and it pulls him all the way across the
back, yes.
And then he tries to pick the hammer up and he can't pick that hammer up.
He can't do it, yep.
And so they're fighting.
Oh, so yeah, he knocks the Hulk out.
Yeah, he knocks the Hulk out.
He knocks the Hulk out, and who tells them to shoot at the Hulk in the carrier? He does to make him jump outside.
No, yeah, they send, he goes back in I guess they knock him to the laboratory. The Hulk gets knocked in the laboratory, and of course I think it's Maria Hill or whatever her name is.
Yes.
Yeah, it's her. It is, because she tells him to get a jet and fly around the other deal.
Yeah,
and of course the guy in the jet starts shooting the Hulk, which is a stupid idea, because the Hulk goes right out the window on the airplane. The guy tries to eject and grabs it.
And he grabs it and he blows him anyway.
He has his King Kong moment right there.
It was, but that's how they got the Hulk out, and that's when, that's the part when Thor went to Loki. Yeah,
gets rid of the Hulk, so Thor's like, man, I gotta go to Loki.
Yep, because
of course Loki tricks him. So now we got Thor trapped in the jar.
Yes. So that's when he's like, when are you gonna stop falling for that?
Yeah.
Just
traps in that thing a lot.
That container, Then he drops him. I thought that was cool.
After Coulson, he fights Coulson though. Remember, because Coulson pops up.
Yeah, God.
I guess he apparently knew Coulson was gonna show up.
With that gun that he doesn't know what to do.
He don't know what to do with it, and then he stabs Coulson right through the back.
Right to the heart, right, like the chest right here.
Yeah. Well, they see the blade come out. So
that's crazy because he thought he got him. You see this?
And remember, at the theater when we watched it, that was a big deal.
That was a big deal because we
didn't
think he was going to die. It's not such a big deal
now when you watch the movie because it's like, I already know Coulson lives, but at the time, because that was like the end of that character.
Yeah, it was the end of the character. It was a big deal, and
Yeah, it was a big deal then. Cause
that was the thing that Joss Whedon does. He always killed off a main character that you never see coming.
Well, that's because everybody. I wouldn't say he was a main character, but everybody got attached to him because you saw him in so much stuff.
So many stuff.
He was always the guy that popped up and gave lip to everybody, and then
he was in Thor. He was in Iron Man.
Yeah, it's like you like this guy all of a sudden. He's likable. He's a likable agent. And then of course Thor's like, ooh, and then Thor gets dropped out the bottom deal.
Yeah. And then that's when he dropped himself when he dropped Thor in the thing, and that's when Coulson said you're gonna lose. You lack conviction.
Yeah.
He would just he just
Basically,
throw him out so he
you're
can
the
shoot
bad
him.
guy. And he's like, I read a lot of comic books. Bad guys always lose.
You know, it's really funny, right? For this movie, Loki gets shot like either in the face or in this area a lot. They always like to shoot him face on. No one ever hit him from the back ever. Whenever they see Loki, right? It's just right here. This is the whole target. From the top of the head to like the tummy. They just keep shooting him.
But
Like,
Loki,
for a person that likes to
off.
sneak up on people, right, in the back, he sure does get hit in the front a lot.
Yeah, well, that's because he always turns around, and then
Yeah.
he's got to tell. Then he's got to like say something, and somebody's like, "You're a jerk." Man.
Yeah, he's a jerk, man. I hate this guy.
Get you in your face. So
He's
he escapes. So Loki escaped the helicarrier with the little.
Well, Hawkeye, right before Hawkeye shot that thing. I like that thing, the arrow that he shot, and that has like those plugins for the computer system to shut them down.
It was neat. It was neat, but it was weird at the same time. Like, how did he like? This guy's a genius.
Well, not only a genius because he already know like how to hack in the system. I think that's why.
Yeah. Well, he's already got this arrow that does everything for you.
Yep.
I mean, he probably got one he could turn on cars. I mean, shoot it into a car and it turns ignition on.
So they threw away the Hulk, they threw away Thor, and then Hawkeye didn't get to go away because he fights Black Widow.
Yeah. Well, they get the engine started again. Remember?
Yep. Because Iron Man got stuck.
They got the engine started. Yeah, he almost got stuck in the engine.
He was like, I was like, oh.
But yeah, Captain America saves him.
Yeah.
In a way.
He was late because he got other people to fight.
And then when we see Black Widow and Hawkeye fight.
Yes.
And they get a pretty good fight.
It was a pretty good fight. It's human.
It's a pretty good fight, but the best fight is later on in Endgame.
Oh, I
know. Because that's the thing. I forgot that we get this. We see him fight this time, and then we get to see him fight one more time.
Yeah, fight one more time.
Man, she's good at sneaking up on people, by the way.
Yes, she is. Loki made a point of that when she went into the to interrogate him. Even Loki didn't even know.
Yeah, he didn't see it. That's so crazy
like,
right there.
Not a lot of people can sneak up on me. Interesting. I know.
Yeah, so apparently she can sneak up on everybody.
She can sneak up on me.
Yeah.
We're getting off point.
Like, yeah.
I forgot what we're talking about. We're just talking about ScarJo.
Okay, yeah. I'm sure when Black Widow comes out, we're gonna have a lot to talk about.
Oh, I can't wait. They pushed the release date back to July now.
Yeah, now, are you even gonna watch the movie, or are you just gonna watch, or are you just gonna look at the screen? Are you gonna watch the movie, or just look at the screen?
I told Heather that for Black Widow, we need to see this in the theater. Well, here's my theory. You know why they pushed it back?
No, you're not getting what I'm saying. Are you gonna? Actually
I know what you're saying. I'm gonna watch the movie.
Or you just gonna
so what happens is, I'm gonna tell you what happens. I'm gonna watch this movie twice. Okay. 1, 2, watch the screen, and then 1, 2. Okay, now I gotta pay attention because when it comes out, right? I think it comes out on theaters and Disney Plus on the same day.
Yeah.
So okay, I want to talk to you about my theory on that. You know why I think they're doing that? They push it to July, right? Because they're hoping that everybody would get the vaccine, or everybody should be okay by July. And I think Disney want to test out, like, hey, with a mass audience, right? Let's see if ticket sales still matter, or being on Disney Plus. Let's see which figure hits higher. That's what I'm thinking is a business move.
They probably are, but I don't agree with them putting on Disney Plus.
I don't know. I want to see in the theater though, because I need that.
Well, a lot of people want to see. Well,
I want that audio effect,
I think they do their biggest sales, and I mean, it's what sells the movies. How good the movie does at a theater.
Right, but then it costs a lot of money just to have it released too.
But
yeah.
Like I say, every Marvel movie goes to the theater, does really good, and it gets more people to go watch it. Yep. If you go get it and everybody goes, "Oh yeah, we sold a lot on Disney Plus," people you're not gonna get more customers by putting it on Disney Plus. You get more customers by throwing it in theaters. I mean, a lot of movies that weren't gonna do good, after they see how many people go see it at the theater, it does better.
Okay.
And let me put it, even people that don't go to the theaters, if they hear it does go to the theater, they will rent it or they will buy it.
Okay, so I from what you just said, right, I believe that's the old thought process, and they're trying something new in a way.
Well, I mean, yeah, and you're right. They are trying something new, but I'm like, are you really willing to lose that much money?
Ooh, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, because Wonder Woman did so good when it came out on HBO Plus or whatever that is.
Well, that's a different story.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
I don't even know that it did very good. I haven't heard anybody say anything about it because everybody I talked to, have you seen it? No. But when Wonder Woman came out the first time, a lot of people saw it, and a lot of people could tell me that was a good movie. I need to go see it.
But then
No one said
DC,
anything. Most people don't even know Wonder Woman 1980 whatever came out yet.
1984, yeah.
See,
It came out
they
Christmas.
pretty much because they wouldn't wait. They pretty much ruined that movie. I mean, the movie's probably good. It's like I said though, word of mouth is what sold it to me the first time.
No, you're right. Yeah, word of mouth. Yeah. I mean,
But
word
I'm
of
like,
mouth is working before even the
I
internet.
mean, I'm not gonna go get HBO Plus to go watch a movie. It's probably not any good.
HBO
You know?
Plus.
But what is it? What is it? What
It's
is their service called?
It's HBO Max.
Oh, okay. What's in Max and Plus? What's the difference?
It's just a different name of renaming stuff, but
Yeah,
you know.
HBO negative. Okay.
I forgot where we left off. I know we were talking about Black Widow. Oh, the fight scene.
Yeah,
So,
we have a fight scene and she knocks out Burton.
yeah, so
Bam,
I
in
was
his
hit him really
face.
hard. Something hit him, and then his head got hit by some kind of
Nah.
ball, right? Like railing.
She
or
got
whatever.
hit. She took him out. All right, we'll just go with that. She took him out.
She
Okay?
took him out, okay? And when
She took him out.
when he comes to recognize, he's like, Natasha, then she hit him again.
Yeah. So let me just put it this way: in a
She
fight,
knocked him out
she's
twice.
always gonna win. Yeah, she's always gonna win.
Oh, I
Even though I
think so,
forgot about
too.
that. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
and
she always wins.
Because in Endgame, you're sitting there, you're like, oh, what's gonna happen? Because this thing is like horrible. It's like the most horrible fight you see. It's awesome at the same time.
Yeah.
But it's like whoever wins doesn't win
Dies.
at all.
Yeah, I know. Whoever wins loses.
Yeah, whoever wins doesn't win. It's just like it's gonna be sad either way.
Yep.
It's like these two people are fighting for a bad ending.
It's just who want to sacrifice. They're fighting for who gets to sacrifice.
Yeah, I'm like, what? So I'm like, y'all gotta fight yourselves, and I gotta sit here and watch you fight, and then I gotta watch you die.
Yep. Even at that scene, well, I don't want to get too much into Endgame. Let's just go back to Avengers, right?
Yeah, okay. So we got it. So
yeah.
now we see the team is busted up.
You busted up. Everybody's a letdown, and then Nick Fury
Yeah,
have
the only two guys that's on the carrier is Captain America and Iron Man.
Yeah, Iron Man, and with Nick Fury.
Yeah, and Nick Fury. All three of them together. Of course, I mean Hawkeye and them, they're together, but they're in the infirmary.
Yeah, that's the scene after Nick Fury talks to the both of the big two guns.
But yeah, we also hear the announcement that Coulson is now dead.
Coulson is dead. Yeah, Coulson is down. Like they have a scene between Nick Fury and Coulson. Like I'm about to, I'm clocking out, boss. Like nope, that's not acceptable.
Yeah, it's not acceptable. And then that's when you're like, oh crap.
Yeah, he dies.
And then of course, now you hear Nick Fury tell them what the whole thing was all about.
Yep.
All I wanted to do was make a superhero team. I just want to make the super boy band.
And Coulson still believes that idea.
And Coulson Coulson really believed in this idea. And of course, he throws out the cards on the table.
I know the bloody cards.
I guess you didn't get to sign these, Captain.
Yeah.
Because they got Coulson's blood on them, which is kind of cold in a way.
It is, man.
But hey, motivation comes in many forms.
So they have that scene, and then it goes to Black Widow and Hawkeye again. Like Hawkeye is like under restraint because they're trying to get that stuff out of him, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, and then of course they have their little moment where they talk, and he thanks her, and she's like, "Oh, I almost got beat down by Loki."
Yep.
But then this is when Captain America and Iron Man decide.
No, so they went to that place where Thor got dropped, and that's when they had a little conversation too between Iron Man and
you're
Captain
right.
America.
That was a big scene. That was a pretty big.
It was a big scene because they saw the blood stain where Coulson was stabbed.
Well,
they
see that, and we realized that Iron Man Tony Stark really actually liked Bill Coulson.
Yeah, he does. He was a good man. No, because Captain America asked him, because he doesn't know him. So he asked Tony Stark, what was he like? Well, I know he's into cellos.
Yeah, well, no, he asked him, he goes, was he married? He goes, no,
yeah, no.
He was dating a cellist.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
he was dating a cellist. And, of course, Iron Man, Tony Stark wants to do something about it now.
Yep, and so does Captain America because of the cost.
Captain America wants to do something about it, too, but he's trying to get, how do I get Tony Stark on board?
Yep.
This way.
And then that's when they talk it out. Yeah, that's when they talk it out. They find out that Loki's going to use his tower or his building.
Yeah. Yeah, then when they talk out, and they go, it's like, why could I figure this out? Because, he's like, what do you call it?
He calls him a diva.
A full tilt diva.
He wants
this guy wants his name on the side of a building.
Yeah. So before you get that, they trying to pinpoint why is Loki how is Loki doing this, right? He wants an audience. The thing at Germany, they're just a preview. This is the grand opening, right? He wants his names up in the lights. That's when he figured out shit, my name is up in the lights.
Yeah, so they're gonna get Loki now, and that's how we're going.
Yep. That's when Captain America and Iron Man figures out like this is his next. This is where it's gonna go down in New York. Because even Captain America said something about that building. You know, when he's at that big ugly thing, it feels like it's a lot of foreshadowing.
Yeah, and I think it almost seemed like they forgot about it for a second.
They do.
They
keep
went
pointing
further
out.
because they already pointed out that he's interested in the building a long time ago.
Yes.
So we see Captain America fly off. No, not Captain. Iron Man flies off.
Well, no. Captain America went to Black Widow and Hawkeye to see if he can fly a jet. Yeah.
Yeah, and of course Hawkeye's like, yeah, I can do it.
Yeah, he can. Yep.
So now we got all three of them getting a jet and fly off.
And Iron Man flies off. You know, they have a little montage of they getting ready because Iron Man got to weld his helmet or something.
Oh yeah, he does. It's like
because he's flying with a broken shield. That's why he got to fly back to the building. Yeah. So when Maria Hill's like, oh, they must have found out his location.
Yeah. Well, it also she points out the cards. She's like,
oh,
those cards you had.
It was in his locker.
Those were in Phil's locker.
Yeah.
And of course, like he said, they needed a little push.
They needed a little push. Well, especially Captain America.
Yeah.
Because he didn't know Coulson,
Yeah. Well, they all got to push.
But they know he's a good guy.
Yeah. So then, what do we see? The Hulk is smashed down into the ground. Remember when he got that guy?
The security guard finds him. He's like, "Are you alien?"
Which is funny, he tells us to clothes. He goes, "I figured these clothes will fit you when you shrink back down to size." Are you an alien?
When Hulk was falling down, right? He was wearing those, I guess, giant pants in a way, right?
But yeah, was he wearing purple? Did he have a purple shirt on or purple pants?
It was he was having some kind of purple, like lavender button-up shirt. And his pants kind of matched that shirt, like a little bit darker.
The funny thing is, remember it rips his shirt off, but it didn't rip his pants.
See, that's the thing. We talk about that. He's not going to fight naked.
That's what I don't understand, though. When he flies out of the airplane, he didn't have no clothes on. So what happened?
Yeah, see, I know.
Did he pull his pants off while he's flying out of the helicopter?
Maybe he got whipped up really bad when those bricks came down. It ripped his pants.
No, he probably pulled his pants off, trying to use his parachute. I think somebody's the Hulk. But anyways,
it seems like the Hulk always turned back to the regular guy after he calms down, I guess. Yeah. Or get knocked out. Yeah.
I guess I think you're right. Maybe when he gets knocked out, he just goes back to normal.
Yeah, he just gets knocked out. Right. He didn't die.
It seems like because every time he gets knocked out, he's back to Bruce Banner again. Mm-hmm. And of course, he's naked. And he's got to get some clothes. So,
he talks to that. That's a really funny scene with that security guard. Anyway, when he asks him like, "Are you alien?" No. Well, then, son, you have some kind of condition.
Yeah, you got a condition. Did you hit anybody? No, just a bunch of pigeons.
Yeah, just a bunch of pigeons. There's nobody around, you freaked out pigeons. Yeah. And, they deleted the scene. That security guard gave him his motorcycle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the security guard.
Because you do say, where did he get that busted motorcycle?
Yeah, it's just like, he tells some kind of life, lesson to Bruce Banner, right? You already know where you're going, but you act like you don't know or something, and he gave him his motorcycle. Yeah. But that was the scene.
Then we find Thor.
Yep. Trying to pick up his
hammer. Thor busts out of the jar before it hits the ground.
Yeah, I know. But he couldn't do that earlier. Like, how can does gravity affect Thor at all in that container?
It had to, because it did affect him. I mean, there's a strong. I mean, come on, Thor bust out though. But
yeah, he bust out right at their last.
Apparently,
second.
Shield's little jar thing is not as tough as they thought it was.
No. Loki said that.
If Thor busts out, then the Hulk could have busted.
Loki said that. Like, this thing's not made for me. Like, he could bust out of that too. Yeah, he just chose to stay there.
But you got to remember, the Hulk is more powerful than the gods.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Hulk is more powerful than Thor.
Yeah.
He's the most powerful.
Strongest Avenger.
He's most powerful being on the Earth. And probably in space too.
Yes, he can fly in space.
Yeah, I mean, Hulk can go to Asgard and just beat the crap out of everybody.
Yes, but we're not at that movie yet. That's Phase 4.
Yeah, well, we're just saying, we're talking about for now.
Yeah, for now,
even now, he could beat everybody.
Yes.
So now we got everybody going, and we got, Tony Stark goes to the tower.
Yes.
And there's Loki there going,
yeah, he's already there, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, huh.
No, before he sees Loki, he asks Selvig to shut that down.
He flies up there and asks that. Of course, he's crazy.
Yeah. Well, he's not crazy. He's under Loki's thing.
Yeah, he's
Loki's
crazy.
spell. Okay,
He's
if that's
crazy.
the way you
Yeah.
want to put it. He's
He's
crazy.
got the weird eyes. He got the crazy eyes.
Yeah, he
Okay?
got the like really ice blue eyes, right? Like when,
Yeah.
just
He
those,
hasn't
so
showered or shaved in weeks.
yeah, so that way you know he's controlled by Loki. Like, 'cause that staff, that the weapon of destiny is blue, right? So all the ice turns ice blue.
Yeah. Well, it's like also he's
Like
get blaster hitting the head. Because remember, he tries to blast the thing.
Oh
and
yeah,
also,
he shot him
and then knocks Eric out.
to some kind of rail. Yeah.
Yeah, knocks him out. And then, of course, he goes and gets his new suit. He flies, lands to the deal. And walks
Oh,
in
that's
there.
right. He talks to Jarvis before he lands. He's like, just skip
Yeah.
the spinning rims. Like,
Yeah, just
stuff
forget
that
the
he
spinning rims.
says.
Just get it ready. What is it, Mark 7?
Mark 7,
8?
yeah, it was Mark 7.
And then he goes in there and he just stalls for time with Loki.
He does. He talks like, I'm not like, I'm threatening you. Okay?
Yeah,
Did you
I'm
want a
threatening
drink?
you.
I want a drink.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he got
just
upset
remember.
with Loki too, and he's like, "This, he talked about you pissed all of us off, or your
Yeah,
brother."
well, I like it because we're the Avengers, and I promise you, if we can't beat you,
Yeah,
we'll avenge you.
we're gonna.
We'll
No, he
avenge
talked
you.
about the Earth thing. Yeah.
But I like it where he goes, you made 2 Master Assassins mad. You made Captain America, which now he tells him he's a pretty good guy.
Yeah.
He goes,
You
the
pissed
Hulk.
him off.
He goes, we got a Hulk. Yeah, he goes, we got a Hulk. And then he goes, I got an army. He goes, I got a Hulk.
Yeah, I got Hulk.
Like, oh yeah, and your brother, the demigod.
Yep.
He goes, and then one guy you really made mad, his name was Phil.
Phil, yes.
And
That
of
was
course,
really good.
Of course, then you get Loki walk up there and put the staff against
Yeah,
his
I know.
face.
There's like this usually works like performance issues. 1 out of 5.
Yeah. So he grabs him by the throat and throws him right out the window.
I love that. It's like 1 out of 5. He just throws him off the
Yeah, well,
building.
Throws him right out the window.
And then that's the first time we've seen his air, like he changed into the suit in the air.
Well, yeah, it's kind of got like the briefcase now, but it follows him.
Yeah, but it follows him because they braces.
Grabs those
he put on.
handbands. Yeah, hooks on the handbands that he had on there.
That was
So
really
in a
cool.
way, it's the first time that, because remember later on, the handbands are to direct the suit where to go.
Yes.
In Iron Man 3, he injects himself with the little units to tell the suit where to go.
Oh yes, yeah, I know, I remember.
So now you got all that crap inside of you.
Because they said like it hasn't been tested, so I guess he do more testing in Iron Man 3. But yep.
Yeah. But the suit grabs a hold of him, and right before he hits the ground, boom.
Yeah, it's always right before they hit the ground, they fly back up, and that's when Iron Man tells Loki like, I forgot you pissed off one more person. Me? Yeah. Well, no, he said Phil before he threw him out down the building. He saved himself for last, because he's the grand finale. Right? Then he shoots Loki again right in the face. Like, I'm telling you, Loki gets it like in the front side this whole entire movie, and he's not even pissed off about it.
No, he can take a hit. He can take a hit.
Oh yeah, he definitely can take a hit. And that's when
all the Avengers get together down at the base of the building.
Yep, and they not the base. That's when the portal opens up, and Iron Man is the first one to see it. The army coming through.
Okay. Oh yeah, he is, because he starts fighting them.
Yeah, he's not fighting them in the beginning.
He starts fighting, and then everybody else shows up.
Yep, everybody else shows up.
No, they show up. They show up at the tower too.
Yeah, because that's when Loki shot the Quinjet.
Yeah, shoots their plane down, and so they go down and crash. Now everybody's getting together.
Now just the battle of New York.
This is where the battle starts. But this is also where, of course, Stark knows that Banner's going to show up.
Yes.
And everybody else is like, yeah, Banner's not going to show up.
Like, why does he know that?
I don't know, because he likes Banner.
Oh,
I don't know, because he supports him. I don't know, because nobody supports Banner.
Well, if you think about it, there's nobody else as smart as Tony Stark, right? So it's nice to have someone on his thinking level.
But it's also the thing is a lot of people don't want Banner on their team.
Yeah.
But,
you're right.
But the thing is, the whole time Stark is keep egging him on. You're gonna have to suit up. You're gonna suit up. You're gonna bring that big green rage monster out.
Yep.
So that's why.
Yeah. Eventually, he thinks he's on his side.
Because to Stark, because I guess it has a lot to do with when Stark shows up in the Hulk movie. His idea was to bring Banner into the Avengers the whole time.
Yeah.
Nobody else wants him, because even Fury just wants his mind. Fury didn't want that big green monster.
Yeah.
Because you can't control him.
Yeah, it shows an Incredible Hulk post, and yeah, exactly, yep.
Yeah, but now and then here comes Banner showing up on that crappy motorcycle.
Well, after there was a whole bunch of fighting before even Hulk shows up.
Yeah, well, and I mean, there's gonna be a whole lot of fighting because the fighting in this is good. The battle in New York,
Yeah,
it's a
it's
good
good.
scene. But it's a lot. It's really long.
Yeah, it's though.
And
Well,
it's
I
good.
want to bring that up. Hold on. So I want to bring that up because like all the scenes before this one, right, was kind of short. Remember?
Yeah, yeah, they are. Almost all the battles. It's almost like, oh, we're running out of movie now. We better hurry wrap it up.
But because like the first time the Avengers get together, they probably want this battle scene to be longer.
Well, it had to be, and it probably was supposed to even be longer. I think it was the right length of time.
Yeah, and even before the Hulk shows up, Captain America shows up to these two cops, right? And the sergeant is like, "Who the hell is this guy? Why should I be taking orders from you?"
Yeah.
So it's really funny. Me and Ethan watched that scene, right? The older one.
Yeah.
And Captain America's come. We need a perimeter back to the 39. We need men in these buildings and get them to the subway, underground, whatever, right? And it's like, and then when those two alien guys shows up, he beats them up, right? And the cop is like, we need the perimeter all the way to the 39. Even my son is like, oh, he listened to Captain America.
Yeah, he lives in Captain America now. His brother, because they're talking about the National Guard. He goes, "Does the Army not know what's going on here?"
Yeah, the National Guard didn't even know what's going on.
Plus, we see the aliens. I mean, because the Chitauri, they're like what? They like got foot soldiers, and they got these big giant alien monsters they ride on.
Yeah, like the
shoot out
eel,
the side
whatever.
of them.
Like, yeah, what is?
Yeah, it's got armor all over it.
Yeah.
And then they they have flying chariots too.
It's like the whole back nine, everything is here, okay? Whatever you need.
And mainly the aliens are mainly just attacking that one area and the Avengers, just keeping the Avengers back. So they get all their that way they get all the Chitauri assault forces through the.
In the midst of all this, and here we have Thor telling Loki to stop again.
Yeah, hey, be my brother, and let's quit this madness. And of course, Loki's like, hey man, I can't stop this now.
And he stabs him like that's gonna kill him.
Stabs him right in the cage. And Thor's like, by now you think Thor would know better.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying his best.
But again, it was really not a big deal to Thor because Thor's like, oh, this hurt a little bit.
Yeah, it hurt a little bit.
That was across the deal.
But I think Thor is just trying to make sure that he tried every way possible because before Thor would just fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Thor's just trying to.
He even tells him, hey, you're not, this is not a good deal. I learned a lot. I'm going to try to tell you what I learned.
Yep, don't fight.
You be the king. You don't want to be the ruler of this. And anyways, Loki's like, I don't really care, dude.
You don't really care? Yep. I'm not part of your crew.
Yeah, I'm not part of your crew. And of course, this is where we see what Hawkeye's good at. He gets up on the building. He's directing the battle.
Well, yeah, that's what's when everyone was on the ground when Banner shows up.
Yeah.
When Iron Man tells him, I'm gonna bring the party to you.
Yeah, I like it. Black Widow.
That just look like a party. And when the when Captain America talked to Banner, he asked him about if he can handle this or something, right?
Well, yeah. And he goes, how you know how to turn into the Hawk? He goes, you gonna get angry? He goes, well, I'm always angry.
Yeah, I'm always angry. So when I thought about that, so he's always able to maintain turning into a Hulk at some point.
Yeah, he's learned his power, so he knows how to turn into the Hulk. And we also see that scene. Well, we also talks. The Hulk finally talks too. Remember when he goes up there and fights Loki? Remember, stop, you hungry beast.
Yes.
And of course, who wells him around like he's a cartoon.
Yes.
And of course, though, when he drops him down, the Hulk says that he goes,
"Puny God." Yes.
So he talks.
Yes, he does.
He actually he's not like you can understand what he says.
Well, that also when he turned to the Hulk, right? I think it was the first time he decided to turn into the Hulk himself as Banner. Because the other way he's always trying to stop himself from turning into the Hulk.
Yeah. Well, yeah. In this movie, yeah. And I guess he's learned he probably wherever he went, he could turn into Hulk, not turn into Hulk. He's probably working with. He's a scientist. He probably experimented.
Yeah, experimented.
I know. I mean, come on. That's what scientists do. That's what anybody does. It's like, can I turn into them? Yeah. Hey, what makes me mad? What makes me sad where I don't turn into Hulk? I'm sure he did everything.
Yeah, and then obviously some more fighting.
Yeah, he had a lot of time on his hands.
Then they had the awesome 360 shot, of all the Avengers at that point. And that's before, that's when Iron Man told Captain America, "Call it, Captain."
Yeah.
He's just
where he
really
puts
good
him in
at
charge.
doing that, right? Like, putting him in charge. Like, he's like, hey, you need to do this. You need to go there. And like, how the hell does he know so fast, right?
I mean, he's
He's
a
Captain
super,
America. That's why.
well, he's a smart guy too. You gotta remember, he was a smart guy too.
Yeah.
Remember? From Captain America, we realized he's more smart than he was
So
a big
that's
brute.
when you see the team ups even better. At
Yeah.
that moment on.
Yeah, so we see all the people teaming up and fighting each other. I mean, that's
Fighting
the thing.
with each other, yeah.
They each use their skills to do certain things. We see Hawkeye do his bow thing. We see
the
Black
building.
Widow do her thing and jump on Captain America's shield and catch up in the air. We see all that, and we see Captain America do his heroics, where he fights the Chitauri guys, and he blocks the bomb.
Yep.
He gets blown out the
And then you
window
see
and loses his mask.
that little scene when
head.
Captain America and Iron Man fight together, he shot at the shield and then they deflected the thing. That
Yeah,
was really cool.
So yeah, they do all that. I mean, and there's a lot of stuff to go
There's
into.
a lot of stuff, you know. But like,
we might as well just go ahead and jump to the deal where Black Widow finally gets up to the top building, and Eric tells her how to stop it.
Yep.
Because even when he was under the powers, he kind of knew what he was doing.
Well,
he made a way to stop it.
Before that, they shot at Loki in the face one more time, but it was because Hawkeye shot at him.
Oh yeah, where
he knew
he turns
he was
and
gonna
smiles.
catch it. Yeah,
he's like,
it
blows up
in
his
face. I'm always telling you, I enjoy it so much. It's always in front of Loki, like, because you know you can't. It's not like you can cut him, okay? It just heals like.
Yeah, you can't shoot him.
Yeah,
you can just like blow up something in his face and that's it. Yeah, the water in his face.
It just blows up.
But then that's when we see the council again, and the council's great idea.
Just shoot a nuke into New York, into Manhattan.
Like, hey, and why does people always, every time there's an alien attack, it's like, hey, let's go nuke that area where they're at.
Yeah, I don't understand that logic. Like, hey, the nuke is the answer. I have no idea.
Because you're just gonna make it easier for them now. They're like, okay, so you're gonna nuke, the aliens are probably thinking, so you're gonna nuke New York. That way, we don't have to fight anybody there now.
Yeah, yeah. That's the answer.
It's like an Independence Day. It's like, hey, we nuked Houston.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're still there. I mean, did y'all not learn anything? I mean, come on. Watch a Will Smith movie once in a while. You'll learn something.
You're gonna watch a movie.
I mean, come on. Nukes on aliens don't work.
Doesn't
work. Unless you do what Iron Man did.
Yes.
So, of course, Iron Man grabs a hold of this nuke that they shot off a jet, which is funny because you see the scene where there's two jets come off the helicarrier, and Nick Fury runs out there with the rocket launcher and shoots one jet. Yeah, he shoots his own guy down, which I guess is not his guy because he's disobeying orders.
Well, you know what also he did, though? He didn't kill the guy. He just stopped it from getting on, if you think about it. Like, if
we didn't see the guy get... Eventually, they pulled that guy out of that plane.
Yeah, because
and I'm sure Nick Fury was... And I bet you Nick Fury was pretty mad.
Yes.
So I bet you he lost an eye or something. That guy probably wears an eye patch too. I mean, come on, Nick Fury's helicarrier. You don't. I mean, come on. That guy doesn't have a job with S.H.I.E.L.D. anymore. I promise you that.
Yeah. Well, you know what? He just following orders. You know.
Yeah, I like it though when he tells the council. He goes, "Yeah, because that's a stupid
ass design not to follow it."
Yeah, I'm not gonna follow it. They're like, Nick Fury's not in charge anymore, but he clearly is.
Yeah.
And so anyway, the jet one jet gets away and shoots a missile out. And that's when we see Tony Stark, Iron Man, grab it. And of course, they're like, "Hey, stop! Don't stop the portal yet."
Yeah, at the same time, they're trying to close it. Yeah.
He almost sacrifices himself.
He does. They made a point when Captain America said when they were fighting in that room, like, "You're not the guy to make the last play."
Yeah, especially remember he goes, "You're not the guy that's going to fall on the tripwire for the other guy." He goes, "I just cut the wire." He goes, "You always get a way out."
Yep, always
get a way out. This time, he's going to make the sacrifice.
Yep. He's the only one that could. Well, Thor could too, but they're not flying like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Thor could have. But yeah, you're right. Thor could have got the nuclear weapon.
Yeah.
Thor's probably like, what are they talking about?
Yeah, they don't know what that is because it's not. Yeah, it's new to him.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's stupid.
Well, you know what? Now I'm gonna take it back on what you said. Like, you know, when the nuke shot that alien spaceship, right? It did work.
Well, it did work.
But it had to be a direct hit.
Yeah, well, yeah, it worked. Yeah, but they weren't shooting at those spaceships. They were shooting at the city.
They were shooting
at the city. They only shoot at the city. What's up with that?
Like, they're like, okay, well, yeah, you know, you're right. I don't understand what that is either.
Well, apparently the Chitauri ships don't have force fields.
It's kind of like if I'm fighting you at your house, right? And then your allies come and destroy your house. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I'm still here. But they're like, hey, we beat you
Like,
because you don't have a house now.
I am still here. Like they should shoot that at me instead of your house. Like I don't understand that. It just
Yeah, that would be dumb.
it's a panic decision.
It's like, yeah, and that's like, I don't have a place to hide while I'm fighting you.
Just shoot at your house.
I can't go in there and get my weapons to fight you because they blew my house up.
Yep. So
But either way, so he flies that missile up, and of course he tries to call Pepper Potts.
oh yeah, it didn't work because Pepper
didn't
was
work.
watching
Well,
the news.
Well,
I like
it's
that
not
they
gonna
could
work
watch
that
the
good.
news
I mean,
in a
come on,
private
think
jet.
about it. When he goes through that portal, he's clear across the universe now.
Yeah, he was. Yes.
So he's trying to make a really long call.
You know, like sometimes when I think the portal, right? I keep thinking sometimes like the Earth is here, and when they make the portal, is happening right here, but it's long ways away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is, because you remember it's a wormhole.
Yeah, it's a wormhole. Yeah.
So it's not actually, they're coming through space at another type.
Yeah.
They're coming through another point of space, but they're coming in the sky. They're not
In the
coming
sky.
from space.
Yeah.
They're coming from their space through our sky.
To our sky, yeah, to that little wormhole, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, there won't be like the wormhole it goes through. If you look at the top side of it, there's nothing there.
No.
You just look down and it's like, hey, I see New York.
Yeah, I see New
And
York.
if
I
you
know.
get on the other side, then you
I
see
love
the
that.
portal. Yeah, then you see the wormhole portal.
Yeah.
So I mean, basically, it was just a portal.
So they were
he
able
flies
to
through the portal.
nuke them from super far away, close the hole, and they're fine.
Yeah, and it's cool because as soon as they go through that, Captain America's like, close it.
Yep, close it.
And then of course, Iron Man, you wondered because, you know, you already, I mean, of course he's probably going to live. You know he's going to live, but I mean, they already killed Coulson, so.
Yeah, how many more guys have to die, right? Yep.
Yeah. And Iron Man slowly falls and bakes it out of the portal.
Yep.
Just in time. And of course, he's not moving. Remember?
Yeah,
So
Thor
I like it. Thor gets ready. Yeah, Thor gets ready to get him, and then Hulk grabs him.
Hulk jumps and catches him. Yeah.
Yeah. See, and so this time the Hulk is actually can control himself.
Yes, he know that what side he's fighting for.
Yeah, he knows if fight. Well, I mean, actually, he's probably smarter than we gave him credit for.
Yeah. Oh, you know what we missed before this part? I like the part. You know, you and I watching this in the theater, right?
Yes.
When the team up between Hulk and Thor, they were fighting all these things.
Where they did it, where the Hulk stabs that creature and then Thor hammers it,
yes.
and then they're standing there, and like Thor's like, yeah, and the Hulk's like, dang.
Yeah, that part was really funny. Like, what the heck
Yeah, that
was
was crazy. Yeah. Well, a lot of the scenes in this movie, the Hulk shined in this movie.
Yes.
Because, you know, you got that scene where that giant monster is coming towards the window and all those people are standing there inside that building, and then you hear this noise behind him, and you see all those desks. You see all those desks in there, and the Hulk's rotted. He jumps out the window onto that monster.
He pulls the jaw of this monster, like, come on, turn right, turn right.
I mean, yeah, the Hulk was an awesome character.
No, it was really good. Like we said before, like it works really well when the Hulk shows up for these little scenes.
And plus the comedy and the action was peppered just perfectly throughout.
Yes.
Still. So that's like I said, this movie was a really good movie.
It was really good.
And that's the thing. People go, well, you put all these heroes together. How can it be good? I'm like,
yep.
Well, they could have put all these heroes together and it could have turned into Justice League.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. There's so many characters. That means you got to work with all the characters. You got to work with all these actors. That's a pretty big job.
Yep.
You know, trying to get everybody equal time, everybody the right spots. Trying not to get anybody left out. I mean, it was a big job to get this movie together.
No, it was a really big job. No, I agree.
But I mean, like, it was a big job that made it.
And it's also the first time anyone have ever done something like this. Like, you have 4 different.
This could have easily fell apart because I mean, a lot of people don't want to put this many characters together. I mean, like I say, the movie only lasts so long.
It's a little over 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little over 2 hours. It's the longest. I think it's the longest of all the movies so far.
Yes.
Because I have to watch all the other movies less 2 hours. So.
No, and then well, you know, we get to the end of the movie, like, you know, everybody from New York know there's superheroes around now, and then we have.
Well, the best thing is that when they revived Stark, remember?
Yeah. But
Because you think Stark is dead, and of course Thor rips his mask off, and of course the Hulk screams at him, and he wakes up. Hey, you gonna kiss me? He goes, all right, good job, team. Yay, hey, don't come in tomorrow.
Let's just take a day, okay?
Then he's like, hey, let's go get a shawarma.
Yeah. and then they, who said it like that? One more thing to take care of because Loki's still on top of the
Yeah.
building.
And
Okay,
of course,
after
that's a good scene too. That's a good
yes,
because that's a good shot because you see Loki and then you see the whole group,
the Avengers.
all of them, and they're all looking at him. He's like, it's the same to you. I take that.
Yeah, I
Drink
take
now.
that drink now. Just, he's defeated, but like, you know what? I'm gonna just say this anyway.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I think I might as well just take it.
Yep.
And of course, then that's when we get to see. That's when Nick Fury tells them, "Hey, I'm letting them take the Tesseract." They're like, "You're letting them take the Tesseract?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm not really letting them." He goes, "I just didn't argue with it."
Yeah, argue with the god.
Yeah, it's taking it. And
Yep.
of course, that's when what is it? Mariah's like, "If we need these guys again, how are we gonna get them?" And he's like,
Oh, he just trusts that they will come back.
"Yeah, he has. Yeah, he has faith, and I guess he had faith this whole time.
Yeah, he did.
Just
Yeah.
trying to get it to work was the problem.
No, yeah.
But again, you got to think Nick Fury's a manipulator too, master
Oh
manipulator.
yes.
That's
Why he's a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent.
Yeah, he's a spy king, and I'm sure I mean, Black Widow's learned a thing or two from him
Yes.
because she does the same type of work. So yeah, he's running the show.
Yep.
And basically, he's got it to the point where all he has to do is sit back and and then they'll do what he wants. So.
No, well, yeah, and then we have the scene about the scene with the news report, sliding across the.
Yeah, when it's showing everybody say New York. Of course, you got the mayor of New York's mad because everything's destroyed. Well, who's going to pay for it?
Yeah, who's going to pay for it? But before that, what you think about the Stan Lee cameo?
Oh, the Stanley, yeah. There's New York superheroes in New York.
Superhero in New York, give me a frick.
I think the other guy who was playing with him was a comic book artist.
No, is it Jim? Jim somebody? I can't remember.
I thought it was maybe it was Jack Kirby, was it?
Oh, Jack Kirby. That's what I'm thinking of.
Was it?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure
I
read
thought Jack Kirby passed away before.
He may have.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't know. I don't remember if it was or not. I thought it was. I thought somebody said that was another artist with him.
Oh, I mean, it could be an artist,
I'm sure it was. But anyhow, we see all the people, and then of course the waitress is like, "Oh, Captain America saved my life."
Yeah, Captain America saved my life.
Everybody's happy. You see that one guy getting his shaved, like
Tony Stark. Yes.
People paint murals.
Put the Hulk mask on. Thor, yeah.
So this is a big deal in the Marvel universe now. It's the Battle of New York.
Yep, Battle of New York.
You'll see in newspaper clippings in several different shows. You'll hear about it in news report on. No, actually, yeah, you'll hear about it in like all the Netflix.
Yes.
Marvel superhero deals. Or you'll see things about it, or you'll hear things about it because they're all characters that witness the battle themselves.
Yes. The battle.
And then of course we see Loki with the mask over his face to shut his mouth up.
And his chains, and then they use a Tesseract to go home.
Yeah, they use a Tesseract to go home, and
Tony
Stark gives.
Yeah, Tony Stark has they talk
right.
about. Well, they talk about he want Banner to go up his tower because they have the wonderful toys,
Yeah.
Do all that stuff.
Yeah, he tells them about the deal.
Yeah, so they, obviously.
He gives them a ride.
Yep.
He gives them a ride. Everybody goes their own way.
Yeah, Captain America.
Captain America gets on his
motorcycle.
But the neat thing is that we see Tony and Pepper again.
Yes.
With the building. But here's the neat thing. Did you notice when he's working on the building, he has all these little squares.
Yes.
And each one has the superhero symbol on it. It's all their rooms in the tower.
Oh,
did you notice that? Yeah, that's what they do. When he kind of goes across the table and wipes that little deal, he has all these little squares, little deals with the symbols. He put like Captain America's symbol. He put all the guys' symbols on them. They're each their rooms. He gave everybody a room in his tower. He now is making the tower into Avengers Tower.
Because they zoom out of that shot, right? And then when they zoom out, the only name or the only letter from the stock name was the A.
Yeah, you see the A, but when he's doing the blueprints, it was all blueprints for the Avengers Tower.
For the Avengers Tower, yeah.
So now he's all into this.
No, I love it. Yeah, he's not into it, yep.
Yeah, he's all into saving the world now.
He want to be the Brian of the Backstreet Boys or Justin for the NSYNC.
Sure, I don't know anything you just said. Have a little shame. I would be a little worried if I did know. Okay.
So the post-credit scene on this movie
you
wasn't
went from Avengers to that.
Hell yeah! I gotta put that in there. So no, we have the end of this movie, right? Like it feels like it's a good conclusion, like from all the superhero build-ups, right? And at the end, we have that post-credit scene where they actually go to the restaurant and then just eat and chill out.
Yeah, but we gotta remember though. We go back to the Chitauri.
Yes.
And that's where we see Thanos.
Yes.
And that's like I said. So whose scepter was that? Was that the Chitauri scepter or was that Thanos? Because I think why would Thanos give you something that? Because if he's looking for stones for his glove, giving one away would be just kind of dumb.
Well, at that point, they didn't make the glove yet, right? Because we don't show that until later.
I think no, he's always been searching for the glove. The only reason I think he is because when we see Guardians of the Galaxy, when Guimara's a little girl, that's when he was trying to do that.
Yeah, he was trying to get.
And she's older now, so that would have been. She wouldn't have been a little girl during this.
Ooh, I don't know. We'll have to talk about that later.
Yeah, she wasn't a little girl now. She's an adult during this time.
But this is the end of Phase 1 for the MCU. And
yeah.
then,
of course, everybody's eating a shawarma, which I want to know, what is a shawarma? Okay, you don't know either?
I don't know.
Man, you need to go find a place that makes shawarmas and let's go eat one.
That was the first time I even heard of it. You know what? There's a lot of food in New York. I can't eat them all.
In the show Community, Abed's dad, what does he make? Does he make shawarmas?
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh, I thought he did.
I can't remember.
Because he owns a restaurant and makes.
Yeah, he owns a restaurant. They talk about that in season 1.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't remember. But you know what? We're gonna watch Iron Man 3 this week because Iron Man 3 is the first movie that starts off Phase 2, which it makes sense because how it starts off Phase 1 was also Iron Man movie.
Yeah. It is kind of weird though that we're gonna jump to Iron Man 3.
It is, right?
After they're all into the Avengers stuff, and the Avengers stuff is going away.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no Avengers anything in Iron Man 3.
No, it just go back to everyone, like, because everyone went
separate
ways.
I guess he just starts building the building. He says, "Hey, y'all go build the building. I'm going back to L.A. and live in my house, not big giant house."
All right, I'm gonna end the episode here. Thank you for watching this segment of our reviews. I hope you had a great time listening to us. Be sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one. Laters.